As usual. Welcome to yet another episode of Combos and Chill Dirty Talk Sessions. And this is Dirty, and this is my co-host and my wife. She's a Phoenix.
Hi, guys.
So, welcome to the session, guys, and thank you very much for tuning in. Today's guest is very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. He's a Saudi musician, Saudi metalhead, and he has a band called Creative Waste, and they've been playing shows in Saudi, which is very interesting, and we're gonna
it's a feat in its own.
Yeah. So we're gonna be digging into that a bit. And other than that, he's a great soul. He's a chill dude, as amazing dude to by
and
the
a
way,
great rapper as well.
yeah, I was just about to say he's a rapper on top of all of these things. So it's a very great blend. So it's gonna be amazing. So without any further ado, let's hit it in and welcome our guests to the show. Fawaz, welcome
Hi,
to the
Fawaz.
session.
How are you? How's
How's
everything?
things?
Thank you for the kind words.
Oh man, it's all good. How's things with you, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Why don't
Just,
go ahead and introduce yourself for the viewers, man?
How do I go about doing that? I think you.
We already
yeah,
gave you a tiny brief, so you go ahead and explain yourself.
Yeah, I just. Man, I don't know where to start. Just.
What is your name?
I mean, you already said like I play in a grindcore death metal band called Creative Waste.
Yep.
We formed in '99 and we released our first demo 2005, and we've been at it ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's
That
awesome.
is-
I mean, we're gonna be digging more into the whole
Exactly.
journey that you had, how you started, and like how the band came together. And we're gonna talk about your own hobbies, what you do on like when you're chilling out. You're a Twitch streamer yourself as well, so I think by now everyone is on Twitch. Like,
Yeah.
all of us are there. I just want to give a shout out to the guys at the comment.
Yeah.
Saram, what's up, man? Hey guys, let's talk dirty. We're gonna talk dirty, man.
I mean, that's gonna happen
Yeah.
no matter what. But we need to be a little careful, Sarah, because we have his niece as the moderator, so we need to keep it little PG-13.
Bullet is in the house. What's up, Bullet? Thank you very much for passing by. Saram is saying, dear damn Phoenix, sick makeup.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you noticed.
Aziz is saying, hey, sexy, looking good for Waz. I think Aziz is the basis, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Again, guys, thank you very much for joining
Thank
in.
you, Aziz, by the way. Thank you for the follow, because you're now being welcomed into the absolute shenanigan
Again,
family.
Yeah. We call ourselves the Tomato Club.
Tomato Club. Yeah.
Like it's one of these stupid stuff. And we have Master of Reality 98. What's up, man?
That's a
How you
sick.
doing? Thanks a lot for joining in.
That's a nice username.
Yep. Bullet staying. I'm staying here. I'm not passing by. Shush. Bundelet is in the house. What's up, man? Thank you very much for joining us.
Hi everyone. Just get comfortable. Get
Yeah.
yourself your
Some
drinks or
yeah.
something. Just chill with us. We're gonna have a conversation with Fawaz today.
Yeah. So back to the guest, Fawaz. What you guys been up to? How this whole like spaceship of Creative Waste as a grindcore band made it out of Saudi in the first place? Like, you know what? I want to dig into the journey immediately. Like
I think today he's more excited to ask
dude,
than me. Usually I'm the one who's like,
The thing is, like, we never had like, coming out of this region. I mean, Fawaz, correct me if I'm wrong. You know how hard.
You'll give him some space to first answer.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. He's just too excited.
Yep.
It's all good.
Usually I do that, fangirling.
Yeah.
But today it's him.
The red carpet is all yours, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where should I start?
Like, give us a journey about the band, how the band got together, and how was the journey, man? Just like when the passion started.
It actually, I would say it started in '99 in the US. We were there for a year, and my dad had this assignment there, and he took us along for work. I was in middle school. I was just about to go to 8th grade. تعليم متوسط. I met our future guitarist and one of the founding members, Isam. So it was me and him. We just decided to start a band after realizing we had similar music tastes, and yeah, I mean, none of us played any instruments. It was just like I don't know. It's just like, you want to start a band? It's like, yeah, I'll start a band.
Oh, that easy.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like the thought. I mean, the question came before we we decided and then did everything else. And then like I have a younger brother, so he's well suited to become a drummer. So we did, yeah.
So the drummer is your brother?
Yeah.
I've seen
nice.
his dude. He's
Yeah, I know. I've seen the
radical.
videos.
He's so good.
Yep.
He's really
And
insane.
now I have two younger brothers now, and they're both drummers too. So
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
that's awesome. You're just having one backup, yeah?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
By the way, he drums as well.
Yeah, he's you're
I've
a
seen
guitarist
his videos
as well, and a rapper and a vocalist.
He is like versatile, like
Yep.
in every single thing. Like I think he's tried to master every trade.
Someone redeemed
I don't have nothing better
hydrate.
to do.
I'm hydrating, bro. Someone redeemed it. By the way, we have new points, so whoever had a shit ton of points,
Yeah.
please go ahead. We have a couple of things, but tonight we want to keep it regarding the guest, because if you guys have any questions for the guest, please drop it in the comment section.
Please.
So the band started, like the whole idea came in 1999 when you moved to
US.
US, and so you got the band members on the spot in Saudi, or in Saudi, or you got it in US. How was the band formation came together?
We were just three. It was just Assam, me, and my younger brother. That's how we started. Assam was in the U.S. Because we were only there for a year. By the summer of 2000, we went back. Assam was still in the U.S. And then a year later, he arrived to Saudi in the summer. And I mean, we were staying in touch by emails. I would get an email from him every 6 months or so.
Oh,
Yahoo.com.
Oh shit, that's the good old days.
yeah, the OG days.
Yeah, and I don't know how. It's just, I guess it was meant to be. Because when he got back, as far as I remember, he called me at 3 a.m. I was watching, I forgot what was on TV. It was like, maybe it was during Ramadan. I really don't remember. Anyway, we were just really up late. I was up late, and I was watching From Hell, or that Jack the Ripper movie, and Assam calls me. I'm like, hey man, I'm here in Saudi. I'm like, no way, whatever. So yeah, let's meet up. And he brought his guitar, and I remember Metal Gear 2 just came out, and
Metal Gear.
Yeah.
That's a very solid game.
Exactly.
Yeah, 2. And when he arrived, he had he was left-handed, and he had a right-handed guitar. It was flipped upside down, and it only had like he would play on one string.
Oh.
And we would lose our minds, just because he gets I don't know, half songs. He played the melody for that Missy Elliott song. Did it. And I was losing our minds.
I mean,
we're easily entertained. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen.
that's good.
That's what we thought. We were dreamers, and we just took it from there.
So the band was formed in US, and then when you brought back to Saudi, was it difficult to get yourself? I mean, for a band to form in a country like that, you know what I mean? So I'm very curious, how was that journey of getting everyone back there, and then creating that music and getting it done,
Well, it was an advantage, like I said. It was just us three, just me, Sam, and Fawaz. We all fit in my room very easily. So our main jam spot was my bedroom. And for the longest time, it still was.
But how the whole idea of grindcore? This is was it a one guy's idea that is
No, we didn't start right away as grind. We didn't start right away.
Oh, okay.
We were at the time we were Actually, our first genre was nu metal. That was our thing. It was
See,
more like Korn.
you just won his heart. You won his heart right now by saying new metal.
Oh man, no.
Well, it was more like Korn's approach. You know, it was like.
Oh, funny you mentioned that.
Yeah. And then you know, I don't know. Like I keep, as you know, when you learn music and you get more into music, you start discovering other styles, and I don't know. It's just a natural progression, I guess. You just keep wanting something new.
Yeah.
And going on forums and having the internet, because before, like, sorry.
Yeah. Do you guys remember Fried? Were you guys on Fried.com back in the days?
Yes, we were on Fried. But Fried
yeah.
came after. It was like 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
And we were still experimenting. Like we only landed on. We decided, you know, to label ourselves under Extreme and Grind when we got to 2005. Actually, we didn't even know what we sounded like. But my good friend Kamal from Deathless Anguish, which we also play in the same band, who is considered also an OG of the Saudi metal scene. We owe a lot to him because he used to like be the one that gives us bands and like discover, here, check this out. He was like the connoisseur of metal, and
nice.
especially death metal, and because most people like melodic stuff, and he wasn't like that. He was right up our alley. He was like, like all like, this
just extreme.
Yeah, it's like stuff with more like rhythmic, with groove, riffs, closer, like, I don't know. It's like riff culture. That was our thing,
Which I think, in my opinion, is the best thing ever. You can but again, that structure needs to be there. Just back it up with bunch of riffs and just keep it in one straight line. Just go ape shit.
Exactly. Like whenever I listen to them, I was like absolute insane batshit angry mode, and I'm like, okay, the first band I want to listen to is them.
Yeah, I mean, I came to know about Creative Waste. To be honest, too, the thing is, like, I was so indulged in the Dubai scene. I know another band from Saudi called Wasteland. Wastedland, yeah. That guys, I've seen them.
They're back now. They just released a single.
I've seen them in 2006 Battle of the Bands in Dubai.
Oh,
Shamal,
yes.
Nice.
Yeah. We were there. There was bands from India. There was one band from India called Pin Drop Violence. Dude, that gig was Wastedland's gig. We were all rooting for Wastedland. They're like melodic death metal.
Ooh, nice.
And dude, the guy, the main vocalist, I mean,
Ahmad,
he is a humongous dude. Bunch of extreme pipes on this guy.
Oh shit.
And even a bigger heart.
Yeah, he's such a sweetheart, man. I remember he actually bust up in tears when they heard that they didn't win the whole Shamal thing. I was there, man. It was just like crazy. The gig was packed.
I don't even know him and I want to hug him.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He came down a couple of times for some gigs, man. We seen them there.
Aww.
Like, they all dress up as bike riders and stuff like this, So
Vix Crypto has actually redeemed the random fact, which I will say in the future. Like I want to keep it for one of the questions that I have for him. So So
a random fact is that we're gonna be just digging up Google for a random fact. So we're gonna be doing this later on in the session, but for now we want to focus on the guest solely. So Saram is saying, I have a cassette of Pin Drop Violence somewhere. That's amazing, man. That's gold.
Keep that, because one day it's gonna be a very collectible item.
I do shit like this for once,
This bullshit started already.
Oh man.
So I want to ask you, for example, every musician has that first foundation of bunch of artists or a particular band that gives them that eureka idea, oh shit, you know what, this is my stuff. Which was that band that got you into, or artist that got you into all of this?
It wasn't one specific artist to say, but as far as I can remember, it was a build-up. It started with movie soundtracks. That's the first thing.
That's
video
So-
games and movie soundtracks.
So Hans Zimmer's, I guess. Hans
no,
Zimmer?
wait,
No.
I didn't even know who the hell Hans Zimmer back then was. Back then.
Oh,
I mean,
back
he
then.
didn't-
Okay, okay.
It didn't exist, I think.
Okay.
It was Mortal Kombat, the movie.
Oh,
when it first came out.
right.
Oh,
Okay.
And he had-
Nice.
It had Matrix soundtrack, Spawn soundtrack. They were like really good soundtracks.
Those
back
are
then.
those are some legendary ones you're mentioning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat had Napalm Death. I keep mentioning this. It had Twist the Knife Slowly, like when Goro was murdering people. Yeah, that was Napalm Death playing in the
Wow,
background.
I really didn't know that. But
Yeah, there
back
you
in
go.
the days, back in the days, I was not into like extreme shit. I was like Backstreet Boys guy, so.
It was already there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys were big back then too. But that's the thing. Like, 90s.
Best
I mean-
time ever.
Exactly.
That's the thing. I mean, they still didn't. I don't know. They didn't like choose one specific style. Like especially movies.
The thing is like very interesting that, you know, as you said, he been into a lot of genres, but all that accumulated and filtered out to become grindcore and extreme death metal.
Yeah, that's
It's
why
just-
I'm curious because when you get to know him and then when you see him on the stage, I'm like, who's this guy? You know, completely different. Like it's insane to watch you, like whatever videos I've seen. I mean, you know, unfortunately till now I've not been able to see you live. But when I saw that video, the one they posted,
Yep.
oh my god.
That video was in Saudi, yeah? You guys been playing in Saudi?
Which one? The one in the cafe?
The latest
the live performance.
How many, I mean, we have a lot of live
The-
performances.
Ah,
Sorry, I
okay.
wasn't paying.
The
Which
latest
one we
one,
talking about?
the latest one that I shared on Convos is IG.
No, that was not in Saudi. That was in Czech Republic. Man, that was in Czech Republic.
But it's insane. If you see the energy, damn.
Yeah, that was in the after party for Obscene Extreme. That was during the tour of 2017.
Oh, okay.
We have the one in Saudi is more recent. It was like in 2019 in Bohemia Cafe. You see people that women with abayas and everything.
Yeah,
I mean, you
yeah.
can't mistake it. It's Saudi
Yeah.
for sure.
Is there like
And that
Saudi
place,
metal chicks?
that
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Dude, there
I mean,
are metal
metal is
chicks
huge in
everywhere.
Saudi. I mean, if you guys notice, you know, like in Dubai, whenever there's shows, there's a lot of Saudis attending most of these shows. Like in Desert Rock.
yeah.
I mean, I could argue most the most dominant like crowd I say from the Gulf will probably be from Saudi, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Saudi
like-
Because
probably,
they would
yeah.
come in droves.
Yeah.
You know, when Catatonia played
Oh,
Dubai, I
fucking
mean,
love
all my
that
friends were there.
Like I know
I
this.
mean, I didn't make it, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know this chick in Saudi Arabia. She designs black metal logo. She's badass. I wanted to actually bring her on the show, but she was, very
you said she was,
shy.
camera shy, yeah.
She's camera shy.
Yeah, just-
But dude, insane. Like there are so many artists and so many like bands that are there that are still yet to be getting
to
that
be the- yeah, yet
that
to be
exposure has not
discovered, yeah.
reached them.
Yeah.
Like the way they deserve. So yeah.
But it's crazy that this whole change had happened, and like I am so like happy that actually things are being done in Saudi. You know, that actually there those doors are being opened for the artists to actually showcase
it's happening
their
real fast too.
Yeah, and
Started in 2017 during our tour. That's when we started hearing news like things are changing. And if you take a look since 2017 and now it's like 2021, so many things changed. So many things. Like
Yeah.
it's really fast. I mean,
Yeah.
things are changing as we speak. Like right now, don't be surprised if we wake up and there's like a new, I don't know, a new thing. Like
But is it
they
easy to
just
get
just keep modifying.
Is it easy to get a permission for a gig, as in you go to them and say that okay?
It's much easier now than I would say last year or 2 years. It's getting easier. I mean, the COVID is not making it easy, but I know that I've noticed more people are starting to host events than, let's say, in the beginning of 2017 or late 2017, like 2019. There was a lot of shows happening, and I see a lot of footage of local cafes or even with the COVID going on. Events are happening. I mean, we had with one of my side projects in 2020. We played in Khobar, a place called, and I forget the name. But anyway, we played there with one of my side projects, and it was a great time.
Because
They had like they sold tickets, and they
I
and then
remember,
we got,
I remember. Sorry to cut you off. I remember seeing some events happening like in the desert back in a couple of days in Saudi, and there were like
that's
a car
Middle
show.
East.
Yeah.
Middle East. That's a different thing. That's a huge scale festival. You have you have the small local shows with the cafes or what have you, and you have the large scale events like these festivals, Middle East, we also have something called they call them seasons, like Mosam al Riyadh or whatever, like season in Riyadh or season in the Eastern Province where I live. That's usually, it's not really a festival, but it's you have a lot of artists playing, almost like busking. As you walk around, there's like artists playing, like solo artists. Not as many bands, but they're getting there. It's almost like they're trying to get used to it. They don't understand. A lot of the people handling these what do I call it? Artists?
Those artists and
management.
Events.
They basically they don't really get the band or a gig vibe that well. They just look at, I don't know, they pretty much manage artists, and because they're always trying to save money, I guess, it's much easier to get a single artist than a band.
I mean, I'm
and
curious.
also I guess it comes from pop also, because pop is always usually a single artist. It's not either like a vocalist, karaoke, or like I don't know. But they're getting there. There. You have a community that's dedicated to bands. Like you have people doing great work in Riyadh, like what's their name? It's actually a music institute with my good friend Madani, and you have Talal Shil also, Triploon. What was the name? Man, I'm so bad with names.
That's okay.
Surur,
Surur.
I
mean, here I have a goldfish memory, so that's fine. That's okay. You're still better.
I mean, and somehow, in a nutshell, the whole definition of artist, as in bands, is not established. And I mean, I think we're having the same issue here as well. Like
it's not the case. Not really the case. It's the mainstream does not understand it.
Exactly.
I mean, we've been playing live shows, underground live shows, and metal bands before this. Before even people thought to start playing in bands or pick up a guitar. And we've been doing it. We weren't really waiting for someone to do anything. We're just doing it, and we just focused on our attention to the to Europe and the US, because there was nothing here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I'm curious, like,
so,
did you like face a lot of censorship, like, because I'm curious, like, coming from a band coming from Saudi Arabia, I just want to know, like, what all did you face regarding, like, either performing live or like writing the songs or something? Like, did you have to like worry about censorship?
That's the thing. It was never official, so there's no, how can they censor something that does not exist on paper? We don't exist. We didn't exist, basically.
No, but the whole act, as in like the whole act.
I mean, we were all underground. We don't exist. We only exist to people who know about us. That's it.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah. So we only started to exist in 2019 in Saudi.
Shit.
Yeah. So for the longest time, we've been doing our thing. But I wasn't really waiting for it. My focus was never Saudi, because it was never an option back then. We could never conceive that one day Saudi was going to become, music will be on its agenda, and arts and culture. So, and I don't know. I was never the type of guy that's too rigid with the plans. Like, I don't like forcing my plan. I like to make adjustments. If something doesn't work my way, I have to adapt. You know.
Like troubleshoot and
always-
just like adjust and go ahead with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to force anything. That's like too rigid, and that's not real life. You know, you have to flow. You have to be able to make adjustments. Just because something isn't working doesn't mean you should completely abandon it. You
That's
can
true.
always modify it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, how was your whole throughout like journey through, Creative Waste and your side projects and everything? Like, even writing is done by you for Creative Waste, or is it like a bunch of people that everyone contributes into it?
It was mainly me and Assam, but
Okay.
the last album, Condemned, was pretty much all me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the lyrics I took over since Slaves to Conformity, which was released in 2012, and Condemned was all, I took charge of lyrics. Back then, Assam used to help a lot. And let's say Cruelty Beyond Conception and the one before, he used to like take care of lyrics.
Yeah.
But we always wrote, like the musical parts, it was always me and Assam, like really working at it. Fawaz would,
Even the album
come in
cover-
after and like, add his touch and make the song.
Even the album
Yeah.
cover is pretty sick. Like
Yep.
the art is
Yep,
insane.
yep.
Like, who came up with that?
Which one?
The
Which one?
Condemned one.
Oh yeah, Condemned. That was by the Arif from Warm Rot, a very well-known Singaporean grindcore band. They've even been acknowledged by Max Cavalera. So they're
That's
they're
insane.
pretty huge. They also have a meme. You've probably seen the meme. There's a guy singing and there was a goat. That's them.
Oh, the one that they're just in a neighborhood. Someone brought
It
their
was
goat.
it was like a small gig,
Yeah.
and there's like a guy with a mic, and there's
Someone
this
with
goat
the goat.
right in front of him.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's Warm Rot.
I haven't seen that, but now I'm very
So that's,
curious.
that guy who sings is the guy who did the artwork.
Nice.
Arif. He's
Nice.
really, really good. I like his stuff, and I think he's gotten much better too.
Oh, okay.
That's
So we have a question for, sorry Fawaz, but like I just
sure,
want to
sure, sure.
attend before, because the comments will roll up, so I don't want to miss it out. Sarah
Yeah,
is
sure.
asking, how would you describe yourself outside the band? Who is Fawaz as a person?
Who is Fawaz as a person? Getting deeply philosophical.
Yeah,
here.
this is exactly.
I can see.
You can take your time because we got unmuted. Adnan is in the house. What's up, brother?
Hi,
Thank you very
Adnan.
much.
what
How
up,
are you?
He's just like putting his emote everywhere, which is fucking dope, man.
Yeah, it is pretty
Well,
sick.
Sarim, I think that's too deep of a question. You should, I don't know, like, how deep you want me to go? Like,
I think he's a.
Can you like
He's a
ask
very
a
like.
follow up, like something like a certain part that you would like to know?
I mean, the thing is, like, maybe you can keep it in like 3 words. You can describe yourself. This is turning
Okay,
into a fucking interview
musician.
now.
Yeah, it's literally becoming an interview.
Musician.
He's saying outside the
my-
band, how you see yourself. As in, like, are you a chill dude? Are you a, like, I don't know how to answer it.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
as far as I know him and the conversation I've had with him, he's a very like gentle soul, but he has a lot of layers of interesting thoughts and just so much. He's been through a lot of stuff in
I
life,
think
which
that's-
is very mysterious,
I
and
think
that
you're-
makes it interesting.
You're taking the spotlight from
You're too
him.
kind.
No,
But
I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not. I'm actually giving him the spotlight by saying this, because like once you sit down and have a conversation with him, he is such an intellectual mind. Like you can literally talk to him for hours and hours and learn a lot about either music or anything about life, even the basic things. Like I mean,
Saran put it in a different way. It's like, how do you spend your time when you're not doing the music?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Actually, I'm very much into philosophy and religion and history and.
That's interesting.
Now you know what I mean by intellectual.
And martial arts.
Oh.
That's a part of me that.
You gave
I
it
don't really
away.
talk
I was
about
supposed to
much,
ask you
but-
this later.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it. I'm always doing stuff, but yeah, I mean, a huge part of and also whatever I do, I feel like is in a way music related, because music is how I express myself. So no matter what I do, it's gonna come back to show itself in my music, you know.
Yeah.
Art in its truest form is self-expression. So however you express yourself, you could either express yourself verbally, musically, physically. So yeah, it's all one and the same for me. But but I would say I would say just philosophy.
Yeah, just doing your thing.
Yeah.
And we have a question from our mod, Vix. She's asking a question for Fawaz. Sorry if I missed it. Where did he get the courage and passion to start a band? That's actually a very clever.
Exactly.
Yeah, very clever.
I don't know. I've always been this guy that if I want to do something, I just do it. Like no matter what. I'm very stubborn. Like if something was in my head, and I really want to do it, you can say whatever you want to say. I'll be like, okay, yes, sure, and I'll just plow
But
ahead.
in the end, my way is the highway, you know.
It's like
Yeah, that's the thing, because if I'm gonna do something, and I feel it in my bones, like there's no way of me explaining to you that, or there's no way of you understanding how I feel or how I perceive it. Like my truth is not your truth. It doesn't have to be. It's just something like. You're not supposed to get everything I'm doing. Some people have an issue of they tell people to not do certain things because they see it in a certain spotlight perspective. That's you need to consider also where they're coming from and try to understand it. I mean, I don't know. I'm too.
No, that's okay.
No,
That's
that's
okay.
okay.
That's
I
okay.
mean,
Let your line. You can let your mind loose here, because like we talk about everything and anything that you want to talk about. So
Yeah, but
we have-
that's just me.
Yeah, but
I
we
just
have
felt
one.
if I feel really strong about something, I'll do it no matter what.
Yeah. We have one question that would you have formed a band if you were not in the US? Like for example, if you were back home or in some other phase of life, would you still have done it if it was in US?
I did do it in Saudi. US, that was the idea. I didn't do it in the US. I did it in Saudi. And in the US we formed, but the actual work started when we got to Saudi.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I mean, the US is just where we met. Islam.
The foundation.
But,
the foundation.
yeah, but everything, buying instruments, trying to learn, everything was done here in Saudi.
We're missing on some of the comments over here. They're like making us stretch and shit. Unmuted. Adnan, thank you very much for the 69 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It means the world to us, man.
Thank you.
And we have a Sam. Sam is in the house. Sam
Hi,
redeemed
Sam.
Stretch, so Stretch for Sam.
Okay.
Stretch
I don't
for
want
Sam.
to.
Just do anything. Other than that,
I'm okay.
Sam is having a question. What criticism do you have of the Saudi music scene? What would you change? That's actually very nice. Very good question.
Less talk, more walk.
Nice.
Honestly, like there's a lot of, I feel like they overthink things. Like they try to wait for a perfect situation. Like before we do the gig, we need this and that. Man, you just need to start. I mean, just even if it's sloppy, just do it. Just do it and fix it along the way, because we all can get stuck in that waiting for the perfect moment.
Yeah.
And sometimes you realize it's not coming. You just need to start working. And even if it comes and you're not ready for it, you won't even know it.
So like, how did you get into your, like the stream of like rapping? Because I've seen some of your songs and like the things you write about, and it's like a lot of, you hold a lot of concrete feelings. So like how did that happen?
Horror hop. I love that genre.
That honestly, when I first started, was more just for fun or as a joke. Like the very beginning. But I've always loved being able to express yourself in a way, that's like focuses more on lyrics. I felt like in creative ways, my lyrics don't really get noticed or read, because let's be real, in extreme music very few people care about lyrics. I've actually had people who even complain about bands making lyric videos, like, because you know because
That's
it tends to
crazy.
be very you know, it has strong views and they don't like your views, so they don't want to say they don't like your views, so they say stop doing lyric videos, let's just hear the music and not know what you think, so I don't think different
That's
of you. It's almost
crazy.
like bringing
I mean,
politics
I'm
in.
one of those listeners that I'll take the lyrics like right beside me,
Yeah.
and then I'll listen. Like, I need to know what they're talking about. It's not just like I want to headbang and get the head rush and shit.
Exactly.
You know, it's not just that. So I
Yeah,
feel
but everyone,
that's
I mean,
really
it's not
unfortunate.
wrong. It's not wrong. It's just, you know, what I'm saying. It's not wrong to not care about the lyrics. It's just who you are. If your
Yeah.
priority is the instrumentals,
Mm.
okay, you know. But you need to also acknowledge there are people who enjoy music the other way. So why should we? Just because I don't like, for example, if I didn't like music videos, I'm not gonna go around, man, people stop making music videos because I don't like it.
Yeah, I
Is that-
remember.
just don't watch them.
I
Don't watch them.
I-
End of story. If you don't
yeah.
like lyric videos, then don't watch them, man. Just
Yeah.
listen to the song on Spotify, YouTube, or whatever, or just turn on. Better yet, turn on the what do you call it? The lyric video and look away. That's it, man. Problem solved. I just don't understand these people, honestly.
Vix.
But anyway, what I'm
I
trying to say,
remember-
lyrics.
Vix, clip that. I love that. Clip it, please, Vix. Clip that.
No, but I.
You know, it's just.
Yeah, I remember you post a question tag about this about the lyrical videos. Remember, and many of them were saying, because I remember he gave out the consensus. Like, many of them don't even care. They're just there, so it doesn't bother them if there is a video, or there is lyric video, or whatever.
What we're talking about here is that minority, which they call themselves the elitist, of the whole, you know, like they know the most, they know the best and shit like this. But again, as a musician, you need to have the freedom of doing whatever, man. I mean, there is so many other random art that
Yeah.
none of us will understand it, but
Yeah.
Elitist slash what do you call them? What's the word?
Wannabes?
They decide. You know,
Wannabes.
they decide what you should listen to and what you should not
Exactly.
listen to. They're like tyrants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Uh,
exactly.
But that's the thing, man. Like, I've noticed, like, even music, you know, certain, let's say, styles that they get criticized. Understandably, you know, some of them, they do have points. But then again, I mean, if we look at our underground music, man, we have stupid stuff too, man. Like,
Yeah.
if someone would try to make fun of it, you're not
I mean,
above
it's-
them, man.
yeah,
You're just
again-
more popular. That's it.
it's just one of these things, man. I mean, live and let live. Like, you're doing your shit, and you know, so that's the beauty. I mean,
no.
correct me if I'm wrong. That's the beauty.
No,
You
I mean,
have.
that's the thing. What I'm trying to say, it's not wrong that you have an opinion. Just don't force it. That's it. Okay, have your opinion, sure, but just don't go around forcing it. You know,
Exactly.
It's okay to disagree, man.
Yeah.
You should be fine with disagreements because
Exactly.
Yeah.
it would actually be boring if we all agreed on the same thing, man.
That's true.
Exactly. It becomes
So-
like monotonous.
so we
It's
have a
just
question from Sam. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I was.
She was asking, what's your views about gatekeepers and big has?
No, not
Big Hass,
gatekeepers.
I know him.
She's
I
talking about
honestly,
Big Hass.
I knew him
Yeah,
when I just
she mentioned.
started releasing my thing. I just realized he was a guy that helps artists and for rap. So I don't know that much about him. I've seen him on Adnan's podcast.
Yeah.
That was my first encounter of him, to be honest. And I like what he said. I thought he, you know, he seemed like he has a kind spirit. But honestly, I don't know much about him. I just know that he helped a lot of bands, and I respect people who help people when they're in positions that they can, because no one makes it on their own. No one. If anyone says that, they're either being ungrateful and they are what do you call it, ignoring who helped them to get there, or they're insane, because you have to get help somewhere. It's
Yeah.
either the fans, it's either someone, you know, that exposed your music to the right person. You never know. So always be grateful. You never know. Always be grateful.
That's actually a good segue. Sorry,
Yeah,
to cut you
yeah.
off. Just hold off to your question.
See, I'm gonna forget in 2 seconds. So you have
Okay,
literally
go
2
ahead.
seconds.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go on, say it.
Okay, so I just wanted to ask, like, because you're in the music production as well as the like being a vocalist, and then you're also writing the lyrics and stuff. So, which part of this process is your most favorite? You know, like, and how do you go about doing it? Like, is there any step process? So, you know, there are two questions on that.
That's a good question. I'm not sure if I have a favorite process, or I'll say.
Like, you know, like you have
I
any,
would
like,
say
like a
what I
like a
find
ritual
easier, maybe.
ritualistic like a process. Like, for example, no, I need to like I need to
Do
do
you
some
sacrifice a goat?
No.
Oh my god.
I start with whenever I feel inspired, or I feel like, yeah, when I feel inspired, or like, I don't know, something just like hits me. I feel like I need to move. And it usually happens after I have caffeine.
Oh yeah,
Or
it's
just, like,
obviously is that. It's
Yeah,
always that.
yeah.
And I just sometimes I just grab the guitar, and I think most of the time I just grab the guitar and see what comes out, and I just take it from there. If I hear a note, and then I start hearing like stuff in my head, and I just go with it. That's instrumentals. Or sometimes even like I start messing around on Logic or whatever, and I when I'm composing or producing beats. I just start with. I usually start with one melody or a bass line or something. Every time it's different, because different processes give me somewhere different. Sometimes I start with the melody, and then I come up with the rest of the song. And sometimes I start with the rhythm, and I start hearing the melodies in my head. Sometimes, like the first song actually I wrote for the rap project, is actually the most outdated one, the one I released, The System We Live In.
I love that song, by the way. I love it.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear. I was actually this close to not releasing it. I was gonna bury the song.
Why?
Because,
It's gold.
Anyway,
You're not in
I
the
started.
artist's head. If something is not solid and not complete.
What did you feel that it was not up to the perfection that you wanted it? Like, is it like that?
No, it's just that I like, I feel like I'm in a different. I don't know. I have a different approach now. I don't know. I really can't explain. It's just when you sit with yourself too long, you start losing sight. So you need that feedback from people. You can't just keep everything to yourself. And you need to remember, what may not, what used to be cool for me at a certain point is still cool to some people. And it's like we're all on different journeys. Doesn't mean it's, especially with art, man. There's nothing that's really wrong, unless it's because everyone perceives it differently.
So which one is your favorite process, like out of all the ones that you're into and you're engaged in?
I would say currently is more like it. Currently, I like to start with. Also depends on the project. Honestly, that's another thing.
Okay.
Depends on the project.
So a lot of variables here.
Yeah, but I honestly don't use one certain style. There was like points where I used to start with the instrumentals first, and then I come with the lyrics or whatever. But I will say this, for creative waste, I prefer writing the instrumentals first and then the vocals, the lyrics. That's usually the case.
That's amazing. And we have a question, but I'm gonna be rephrasing it because we know Sam as being the extreme mouth of this show. Thank you for
like we need to keep a separate mod for only Sam. Like.
But again, she's raises,
unfiltered.
Yeah, she raises good questions, but it's like
It's just that because of the Twitch, like we have to be careful about like political and racial and
all
it's
these things. So
religious and stuff.
If you say it gracefully, no problem.
So let's rephrase.
That's what we're trying.
Did you guys get into any trouble with the authorities because of your music genre,
or what you're writing about, or what you're talking about through the music?
Not really. Like I said, we don't really exist on the mainstream spectrum, and
I guess they wouldn't even understand what you're saying because they're not familiar with the genre itself.
Yeah, but it's not like that either. Like honestly, if you see most people who get into problems anywhere, they really don't know most of the time, I'm not saying always. Sometimes some people, they just, they're in trouble. They just find themselves there. But a lot of time, some people are asking for it.
Yeah.
And not in a smart way. As in, I find some bands to be unnecessarily confrontational. Like they're trying, they're looking for trouble. And then they play the victim. But in reality, you're just being.
But did anyone ever like any?
Even if you're right, some people are right. Like they say things, they are right. Just because what you say is correct, the way you go about it can make it wrong.
Yeah.
We have to mature.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like
a
that
very
at a
good
certain
point.
point, but I had to grow up.
Yeah.
If like when you really wanna get somewhere, there's a way of talking. I'm not generalizing here, but I'm saying most of the time this is the case. Some people they get into things unjustly, and they didn't do, I would say, anything that's considered non-reasonable. But most of the time, like the teenage angst, just because you say something correct or that's true, does not make you in the right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the way you go about it, like, I don't really have good examples, but
yeah.
I don't know if I'm answering the question too, because I feel like I'm moving away.
No, I mean,
But
did you
actually,
let me go back to the main answer.
It's
Okay.
it's
The
on
main
the same
answer is
parameter.
no. Yeah, the main answer is no, and I don't really expect there because, who's against who can support injustice, who can support oppression, who can support stuff like that, the definition is another thing. We all but we all agree on those are bad things, everyone. So yeah.
So also Sam is asking, what is your opinion on freedom of speech and expression?
Freedom of speech and
She's
expression.
actually toning
I
it
think
down.
I just answered it.
Yeah, she's trying really hard. I can imagine her struggle. She's like, okay.
Again, I think everyone has a right to express themselves, but at the same time, they have to do it responsibly. As in, like, you can still say what you want to say without, antagonizing and looking for trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The only time you're justified in let's say, I don't know what's the right word, escalating, or I know it's not fun, because it's not fun. It's always fun to be like the guy who goes out and goes like, it's like, yeah, you're bad, whatever, looks cooler. But come on, man. Like, if you really want to solve a problem, that's not going to solve a problem.
Exactly.
Like, let's say in martial arts, for example, in self-defense, if someone's starting a fight, your first thing is to de-escalate things, because you want to solve problems. Like, someone who doesn't want a problem will de-escalate.
Exactly. Yeah.
So your body language, your tone, all that takes into consideration. But if my tone is aggressive, even if I'm saying, I don't want any trouble, you hear me? I don't want to fight, and then I start pushing them. What I'm saying does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that coincide with what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you try to say I want to solve problems, and you're confusing them. One hand you're saying you want to solve problems, and the other you're doing things that escalate the situation.
So did you ever face a situation where, you wanted to play at a gig or somewhere, and then they went through your material and you're like, you know what, you need to cut this part out, or you can't say this, or did it ever happen, like, censorship wise? Did it ever happen with you? If you're not at liberty to say it, you can just wink once.
Maybe once, but that's the thing. It wasn't in Saudi.
Okay.
Once.
Okay.
Once, and was not in Saudi. And I just...
That's shocking
to me.
That
you don't know my
Saudi.
content.
Yeah.
They don't know my content. They just said stuff like that. You don't know my content. And so I basically didn't change anything.
Okay.
And that's the thing. I feel like people
They just judge immediately without even
Exactly.
taking the initiative to understand what is behind the whole package. You know?
Yeah, and there's so much misunderstanding with the genre itself and with the type of music and
It's
the type
always
of
been. It's always been.
it's just like even performing live, like bands are judged so much. Even like I said, there are people who focus on what they write and people who don't. You know, and that's
Well, you can
just
thank the media. You know, the media does a good job of
Secluding us.
no,
Secluded.
yeah, but like sensationalism. Anything that looks
Yeah.
threatening will get people to watch because as human beings, when something's dangerous, we can't take our eye off of it because you always want to keep it in your eyes. As they say, keep your enemies closer.
Yeah.
So when
yeah.
you see something dangerous, that you have to be aware where it is so it doesn't harm you. So that's why the media likes to conjure up all these, all these negative images and whatever.
There you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
they make you feel bad, but
Exactly.
at the same time, it gets you glued to the TV, so
Yep.
it
Yeah.
sells.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
I just want to welcome our new follower, Akbar
Steiger?
Steiger.
I don't know how
if
to
we're
say it.
butchering your name.
Sorry for
That's
butchering.
Finn. That's our guitarist.
Oh
Where is he? I
man,
don't see-
Oh,
thank you very much for the follow and thank you very much for dropping
Thank
by.
you, Akbar. Welcome to
our
Conversation
Tomato
Chill.
Club.
Tomato Club. We just goof around here and you just have a chill conversation with our guests. And
again,
yeah.
much love to you guys that you guys are showing us the support. Sam is asking, do you think some artists for some reason get away with saying anything? For example, Slow-Mo has said some wild things and not really gotten repercussions.
I honestly don't know who that is, but if it's one thing I've learned about repercussions or whatever you say, it depends on how visible you are, how well known you are. Because the more eyes you have, the more supporters you have, the more haters you have as well. So a lot of times people take things out of context deliberately to make you look bad.
Yeah, that's actually
Sometimes
true.
people, if you're famous, some people will insult you just so you can acknowledge them.
Yeah,
Because
Create a
they
market
want
for
attention.
themselves.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And sometimes, you may have said something. You may have said something, and this time didn't slip. This time you got held accountable for it. So yeah, I think it just depends on how visible you are to people and to the right people.
I think the last thing that I'm gonna say it will be sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That's something.
I hope I'm not too cryptic because
No, it's all
No,
right.
it's
I hope I'm
true.
not too cryptic.
No. I feel that you're just portraying the realities of what's actually happening, and it's unfortunate that it's growing way more in social media and mass media. It's just.
What I'm trying to say is you'll avoid a lot of problems
Yeah.
if you just don't give them something to
the acknowledgement or the satisfaction.
And Bondalan
Yeah.
is saying people can go to any level for self-validation these days.
Yeah. Before that, we have a question
but
from Bullet.
Yeah, Bullet saying, how did you get into metal? I think he answered this, Bullet.
Yeah.
Sorry, but again, he can just talk about it again. And or
Yeah,
who
I mean,
brought you
there's
into
another
metal?
aspect to it. It wasn't really metal per se. It was energetic and aggressive music, the melodies. I think metal is the best way for me, to capture
Just
I
to
feel like it has
summarize
the most. Yeah, like the distorted guitars and the harsh vocals. I feel like they really. It's like a filter. If you use a Camler, it's the right filter. I don't know. It just feels right. I love it in classical music. I love it in movie soundtracks. I love it in even electronic music. Some even hip hop beats. But with metal, it's like the best way for me.
So I asked this question to a lot of people who are from this kind of background of life. Which is that one band or artist that when you have some shit to process, you're like, scrolling to that person and you're like, this is the person I need to listen to right now. When you have to process some shit of in life. Who's that artist or band that you always go to, like you're, you know?
I'm sorry, I don't think I.
Like for example, like you have some stuff going on in life, and then you know when you put that band on, they
Like you have
heal
a rough time. You
like,
have a rough time. So
yeah,
what is
exactly.
the music
Exactly.
your choice?
Like,
that
yeah.
you get back to it so you can clear your mind and you know.
Because we all have that artist when we are like either depressed or sad or angry or anything. So like we always go to them because they either you have a memory with them or they speak about exactly what you feel. So you know you have that one band or artist always you go to them.
Yeah. I don't find myself going to one specific artist, but I would say a short answer. I would go to my teenage years bands, like I don't know, maybe a Korn or.
So basically the whole new metal era, which you know.
Probably it's kind of because you get that nostalgia hit, you know. Like you remember
exactly.
those days when you were in school and like you had.
Like for me,
things were much simpler.
Yeah.
And,
like for me, it's always been Linkin Park like that, you know. Like although I listen to heavy shit, but then I go back to them, you know, because they have some epic songs that I have memories with. So like they are the bands that I process some shit with, you know.
Them too, but then again, I also like depends on the mood. But then again, I would put on I don't know. Dying Fetus or something.
Jesus.
Sometimes Radiohead, sometimes you know.
It's
I don't know.
I don't think Fawaz has that middle ground. It's
yeah,
like, either I'll be here or I'll be here. You know?
Exactly.
Actually, that's something I noticed about myself, that I'm generally into extremes when it comes to. I don't know. I feel like I'm all in. Certain things.
There is a very interesting question by Sam. She's asking, is there a genre of metal that you wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole?
Well, I'm not going to blame it on the genre. I'm going to blame it on the bands.
Okay.
I'm
intrigued.
I think I don't think there's such a thing as a bad genre, just like a bad band. As in like you didn't you weren't creative enough with the tools you had. For me, I don't know. I might change my mind, but I don't know. I don't feel that strongly about bands I don't like. I don't hate them. They're just not my cup of tea. So I don't know. I don't want to name bands because I feel like it's unjust to them.
Maybe you can look at it as a point of view of a creator instead of a listener, like as someone who is in the production or in the writing or as a vocalist or something, like something you wouldn't get into. Like for example, I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, like glam metal, for example. I'm just giving an example here.
Yeah, I mean, I would say they're just not. They don't suit my personality. So yeah, I mean, glam metal is not.
That's just. That was just an example.
Oh, I will say this. I'm not. I've always been put off by bands that focus way more on the aesthetic than the actual musicianship. I'm put off by those bands. Again, it's not wrong that you. I think you'd be good as a cosplay band or something, but aesthetic is not really the point of metal. I mean, it adds a dimension. It's not wrong.
Okay,
it's just that
Sam is firing off like amazing questions today. So she's asking, what is the misinterpretation of metal that you would like to change people's perspective on? I started with fumbling. This is my job here.
Metal is just like any other genre. It's just a form of expression. It's just speaks to some people. It's just a form of expression. I mean, there's no special there's like name any topic and there's probably a band about it, that a metal band that plays, like, if you want, like, there's bands that are about I don't know, veganism. There are bands that are about
go.
There's some bands that are, I don't know, Christian metal bands, black metal bands, people who just joke around about topics. There are some bands that talk about pro wrestling. I don't know.
I love that.
Yes,
because he's into wrestling, so yeah.
You just need. I think the only thing I would add is people just get more educated about what is music. You know, what makes metal metal. Is it like, yeah?
And Bullet was asking, do you still enjoy the like how like he's asking about like do you still enjoy the music that you like? How did you how did your taste develop over time? Do you still enjoy the bands you started with?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I think almost all the bands that I liked at one point or another, I still enjoy. I just know. I'm not gonna say their place, but I feel like every style has a certain time and a place. You know, because everything makes sense in a certain context or a certain place. You know.
Yeah.
And I mean, who made the rule that I have to stick to one band? Like, why do I have to stick to one genre? If your palate can only handle one dish, you can only eat, I don't know, eggs, and that's it. Why should I live like you, man? Like,
that's a good analogy.
Yeah, like man, I enjoy all types of cuisine. You know, I enjoy all types of food.
Yeah.
You hate every other type of food. That's your case, man. Let other people enjoy things.
Like sometimes, like no one would expect like a person like me who's into the deathcore and metalcore and like absolute extreme metal as well. Like I listen to Emure sometimes, you know. So like
what?
Emure, it's like a rap kind of deathcore band. So like it's unexpected for people like, you know, just to shift their likes, but that happens, you know. It's like sometimes you're just into it because of some reason, because like as a listener, I'm saying from my point of view, sometimes it doesn't really matter of how the band sounds. Sometimes it is what they write about. Sometimes it is not what they write about, sometimes it is how they sound. So again, it depends on you as your own personal preferences, like you said, like, you know, maybe sometimes it's your mood. Sometimes, you know, like for example, when we're driving with him, he'll blast fucking mumble rap.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, for example, that's something I could never get into.
There you go.
That's something I could never get into.
That's one thing.
No, but the thing is, like I always told her, I look at that genre as the main perspective.
I like the beats.
Exactly.
It would be better if they didn't talk over it. You know,
exactly. I agree with that. It's just for me is the structure, is the
he
sound
sees the production.
engineer.
Yeah,
the production is beautiful, man.
Yeah. I get that, but dude,
so the producer is the one who should be getting the credit.
There you go, exactly. Yeah, that's a.
But again, it's not wrong. I mean, come on, man. Who takes these things serious?
Dude, there are mumble rappers. I don't know what even they are saying, and most of them are just like showing off and like stuff that doesn't really matter. There are very few that will write about like either struggles of life or like what they've been through or something like that.
For example, you have Fawaz who's doing grindcore. You have, for example, another band who's doing metalcore. You have hip hop, like you have gangster rap. You have R&B that it kind of falls under rap again, kinda. But again, you have like popish rap. You have one of the gods, which is like Eminem. There is Hobson. There is, like, for example, one of the influences.
Asheroth.
Like one of the influences of Fawaz that I was talking to him yesterday. He said he's into Immortal Techniques. These guys are conscious rap. They talk about serious shit. You know.
That's the genre of rap I actually like and I can relate to because it's of substance, something of substance. You know.
Well, again, it's like the grocery, as he said. Like someone wants just to eat eggs.
Yeah.
But we need, like, for example, for me, I like to go around and have different cuisines. And
but I need to also add this. There's also a bad diet and a good diet, and like, you know, as they say, I do believe being more selective with music. You know, like I used to be irresponsible with what I listen to. Now I try to be more responsible with what I listen to. I really think it does affect me. The lyrics, you know, especially like what makes a song or breaks it is the lyrics. As in, is it like, you know, you discover these bands that are, I don't know, you know, some of them turned out to be racist bands, and then you know, like, do you really want to be associated with that? like, even their lyrics take a different
Turn.
context. Like
Yeah.
before, it used to mean something different, but now that you put it in that spotlight, I can't unsee it,
Yeah.
and it
yeah.
ruins it.
But I
It
mean,
ruins
it's each perspective to their own, you know. Like, I mean, it can be perceived as different ways, but
No,
again,
me, I just focus on what I like. Honestly,
Yeah, that's
I
good.
don't really bother myself with bands that I
exactly,
don't
yeah.
like or stuff I don't like. I don't even focus on them. I just focus on what I like, and that's it.
yeah.
It's
I
just
either like
yeah,
it-
just
I don't
respect
have
the
time.
vibe. Yeah,
There's
exactly.
so much rubbish out there that
I've
I,
just
you know,
I'll just read through.
Sam is
Sam.
saying, can we just name bands and y'all give us your rating out of 10? And she's talking to you, Phoenix. Your blasphemy against mumble rap needs to end.
No, it will not.
Can you move? I have
Sorry.
a.
I just had to.
She's so into this whole thing. Bullet is asking. Bullet is asking, what is the most annoying stereotype about metalheads? Have you ever been stereotyped because of the music you listen to?
Ooh.
sort of. We've been like I haven't really gotten stereotyped because I don't really like to stand out like aesthetically. I'm not the type. I always like try to walk a fine line because I just dress how I want to dress. I don't really care about. I don't like. So I think because of that I don't get stereotyped. But once I talk about my music taste, so yeah, they immediately give you the classic.
Yeah, the stink eye.
Oh, so you're like you're a goth, whatever that means to them. You know,
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
like
immediately
goth is
that,
brutal.
yeah, immediately that image that, you know, there is like a pentagram in your room and you're just sitting
Or
doing
that, yeah, or
seances.
then you have the you know, or actually they did one thing comes to my mind. Like I remember at the beginning of when we first started, when we were saying that we're a band from Saudi, they immediately tried. They could not disassociate being a band from the Middle East and not put the word Islamic next to it. They just had to.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they don't understand that people are like, again, we're diverse people. Everyone's interpretation of things is different. Everyone is gonna talk about music is expression. I'm gonna
Yeah.
express how I perceive things on how I see my experiences with the world. So
And I remember having this conversation with Fawaz before when I first got to know him. It was just about these things, like, you know, about the religious aspect, and then being, into this kind of music, or like as an artist or as a person who even listens to it. There are so many judgments and so many, like, as he said, stereotypes, like, that are connected to us as people, and that, the blend that a person can actually have by, you can have faith, but you can also create music. Why not? Like, because it makes you, like, it gives that, it brings your creativity out.
Sorry to cut you off, but the thing is, like, again, as he said, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but we've been spoon-fed with the whole religion side of the thing, yeah, since we were born. So for me, if I want to take that and dissect it for myself, as I told you, there is
Let's
a point.
not dive too deep into that.
No, I'm not diving. I just want to point out these two things. Is that, by the way, sorry that we're keeping you quiet. It's just like,
I'm listening.
There's like two elements to the thing. They had it right in some section that this music kind of gets you out of rhythm to do some idiotic stuff. Okay. But they are missing the point that, like anything else, music and art can be used for a good cause.
Exactly.
But it's always been highlighted that, as as
dude,
Bandal is saying,
what
stereotype 101, shaitan,
exactly, like devil music, exactly, because, like, there are bands, and for example, I'm sure that Fawaz must have experienced this with either his, like, content that he's put out, or there are people that come up to the artist and they say that, you know what, dude, this has helped me, like, go through some stuff. Like, that is amazing that you can put out some music and so it gets through to somebody on another level. Maybe their perception is different, and then they, like, attach and cling on to some memories with it. Like, that's so, like, precious. Like, I mean, has that happened with you? Like, fans approaching to you and then saying that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about a lyrical sound. Some did.
So how do you feel when that happens? Like, when someone comes up and tells you about your music or your the band itself and stuff, like, how do you feel?
I just like knowing that people are enjoying what I'm doing. It feels like you know, if you brighten someone's day, that's always very rewarding. But you know, I don't. I've come to the conclusion the music I make is first of all is for me. It's not, and to find people who enjoy the same things I do. So that's why I don't know. Like I always end up with projects that I really is not usually the the famous kind. You know, because that's what I like. And, but again, music can teach music can touch people's lives.
Don't worry, dude, don't worry. That's I do this every day on the show.
And if you see people are going like if you say something personal, and they say, "Oh man, I went through the same stuff," and they can relate to it, it makes it easier for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it can help you get through the day. I thought, some people think, "Oh, I was the only one who did this, or who felt this way," and then you hear someone saying something similar. So "Oh, I'm not alone." So again, speech is speech. You take a look at some of these public figures. They will. They're even sometimes allowed on TV, and they would cause hate crimes and whatever. And at the opposite, you also have people who public speakers that that are very positive and bring people together. Same thing with music. Music's just a tool.
Very unique perspective that I've just heard. You can cause a kind of chain reaction through what you say and what you do. So it's the same with what, as he said, like speakers and stuff. Like how can they influence? It's the same with music. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, music is usually just used as a scapegoat. It's again, melody does enhance the feeling. It's one thing for me to say something profound. It's another when I put some background music to it. It just takes it to another level.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
So that's what it is. But it's still, the speech has to be there. Has to be there. So what you say matters.
Yeah, and also the fact that when you're putting out that content, it's immortalized. There are future generations that's gonna listen to that, and either
that's also scary because we've all said and done stupid things at some point. So hopefully the worst we can get is to cringe and not really cause to destroy someone's life.
Yeah, not
cringe.
Yeah, and MJ is in the house. What's up, MJ? MJ is the PR role of the good friend of our Ian.
The comments are so small for me to see.
And she manages the band called Recoil and Horror. They're from Oregon, and they are actually pretty amazing.
Yeah, MJ is asking what type of music they play. They play grindcore,
yeah,
from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
which is very
death
grindcore. And 8BX password.
What? Is this
the
real?
number 20. Wow, man, that's I don't know how you put your username. Anyway, they're asking.
Can the mods please take care of that?
yeah. Just a second. He's asking us asking a question, which is wait, we're going through the chat.
Yeah.
Wanna
Can the mods
Vix,
please?
can you remove it, please? These are the things they just like. By the way, Bullet, you are a mod as well, so go ahead for
please,
it. That's
go
what
ahead.
I said. Make me a mod. You are a mod, Bullet.
Didn't we go through this like 3 times already?
I think I didn't inform him. But again, thank you very much for deleting the
No
comment.
worries, Vix. That's fine. That's fine.
Gain followers and stuff.
Thank you.
No, because the mods are.
She banned him, so she's doing her.
Like a couple of our mods, they're also metalheads. Like Bundlehead is into black metal and stuff like this. So.
Wait, Bullet is saying he's not yet. Do you have to make do you have to do?
I did put you as a mod, bro. I will double check.
Okay.
And MJ is saying, can you guys play a sample of Fawaz's music? Oh.
That depends on Fawaz here.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I don't have anything on me.
How you guys need to? We should have planned this
just go to our
before.
YouTube page. Just go to our YouTube page. Depends if you guys want to see a live thing or a studio. Yeah.
So how you?
MJ has the
can
best
play,
suggestions, by the way.
Yeah, you can play what's it called? Obedience.
Okay,
The track
so
Obedience.
we're gonna do that. Just a second.
So this is on the fly stuff because
Yeah.
this is usually planned beforehand, but because this is unexpected, he's gonna take care of it.
Yeah. So we're just
That's right.
gonna
Creative waste, obedience.
we're gonna keep it small here, or make it a bit bigger.
Man,
So
yeah.
would you do us the favor and write?
Am I gonna
creative-
trigger some hotkeys when I type?
No,
Like
it's all
last
fine.
time and then
It's all
destroy
fine.
everything?
No, it's all fine.
Okay.
Creative waste. Which song? Fawaz?
Am I
Obedience.
even?
Yeah, creative waste, obedience.
Yeah. I chose that song because it's like a mix of a lot of things. So
Ooh.
So we're just gonna be playing the lyric video, yeah?
it's up to you. Yeah.
Okay, here you guys hear it.
The 80 or 90 richest
Alright.
people in the world.
There's no sound though.
I think they would hear it.
They can hear it probably, yeah. Because I think it's playing our headphones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, tell us in the comment if you guys are hearing it.
It's a system of indoctrination of the young. The educational system.
Yep,
is
they
supposed
can
to
hear
train people to be obedient and
That's what, like,
not think too much, do as you're told, stay passive, don't cause any crises, don't raise any questions. Basically what the system is about.
If you took away half the wealth of those 80 to 100 people, guess what? They'd still be the richest people in the world, only you'd now have a vast amount of money to deal with the sickness, the lack of education, the absence of water, the insufficiency of food of the vast majority of people.
But I have a feeling that when you go to the elite universities, you find more obedience and conformity. That's part of the same thing that makes them good workers, obedient workers.
Sick.
Dude, that's super
This is the
fun,
artwork
freaking
I was
cool.
talking about.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned about it earlier, but people couldn't see it. This is the artwork. So, what you guys think? I'm just
What you
saying
guys think,
encore.
man? That was a great freaking song, man, dude.
See, even she's saying she wants to smash stuff,
Yeah.
all the nice stuff in her office.
Thank you guys.
See, that's the
Kind.
effect you're having.
Yeah.
So.
I saw some fire. I mean, I can't see the comments very well, but
Yeah, a bunch of the people that just like putting cat emojis and stuff
Yeah.
like this. And I think Sam had another question, which she's saying, tech question, is the voice
Adjusted,
adjustment?
or does your throat get ripped after performing this?
No,
I guess she
you
doesn't
have to
listen
use
to
the proper
metal
technique,
much.
otherwise
Yeah.
you won't be able to last. It's like
Yeah.
over the years, I've learned how to, use proper technique. And I will say this though: sometimes in the studio, I'm not afraid to go a bit harder than I would usually go because there's no show the next day.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So you can
so
heal.
I can have certain
yeah.
techniques I would use in the studio that I would not use necessarily live, but they don't sound that different, honestly. Like you would, a lot of people would not notice, but I feel it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before I asked another vocalist question, I am gonna read Bundlehead's comment. He said, "My cat turned into a tiger again after listening to this." Does your cat does that? What's the name, by the way?
Oh, my cat?
Yeah.
Chloe.
Chloe?
She's sleeping. Yeah, she's
Oh,
sleeping.
okay,
right now.
okay.
I didn't name her though, but I
okay.
don't mind.
That's actually a very good segue question from Sam. Sorry if I'm like cutting off. She's saying, what is your dream venue to perform at? Would you be interested in touring the world? They're toured Mexico and the US and the Czech Republic, which I'm gonna let Fawaz talk
about that,
us
yeah.
through about it.
Yeah.
And
Oh man.
what is your dream venue, bro?
Oh, dream venue. I don't think I have a dream venue. I just
I think it's
I don't
just
have a
the
dream venue, to be
experience.
honest. It's more, but my dream is to play as many live shows as possible. Actually, if I were to choose one job, is to play live nonstop. Like, if I could, that be my job to play live nonstop. Like my music though, not as a, that'd be. I love everything about live shows. It's
The
place
energy
where
and
I'm most
everything,
happy.
yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
how was the whole experience and the journey, and how was the first time that you guys got the call that you guys are going to be performing outside Saudi?
Oh yeah, that was in 2010 when we played the U.S. for the first time. It was New York. First gig was was a small show. It was in New York, New York City, and it was amazing. We have a clip somewhere around there. You can see we were just a three-piece. We looked younger. I had hair.
I
Hey,
want to
you're
see
not
what.
alone, man.
Yeah, so it was in New York City for the first time, 2010. And man, I remember the adrenaline and we gave it our all. And we played New York City and Houston the first time. And then the guy who helped book us knows the guy with Maryland Death Fest. So they saw that we were serious enough to come all the way abroad to just play mini tour. So the year after, Maryland Death Fest happened, 2011. Also one of my favorite moments ever. That one, our guitarist couldn't make it, so we had a very
Like a hectic
awesome
thing.
guy fill in. Was the guy from PLF, Dave. He has so many killer bands: Oath of Cruelty, Cemeterian. Yeah, that guy has just learned songs immediately with Talal, my brother, because my brother was already studying in the U.S. They rehearsed the songs. Well, by the time I got there, I didn't even rehearse with them. We took the stage and I started. We just played, and that was Maryland Death Fest. That's also on YouTube. And yeah, that's how everything started. From Maryland Death Fest, that's it. The year later, Obscene Extreme Czech Republic happened because the organizer was there and he liked what he saw, so he invited us over.
That's
2012.
awesome. Yeah.
And that's it. As soon as we got into that, it was either Maryland Death Fest, Obscene Extreme, until we got to 2017 and we toured Europe. We
Nice.
played Germany, Poland, Holland, different like Germany. We played like 3 cities. Holland, we also played 3 cities. Poland, we played 3 cities. Czech Republic, we played like 3 or 4 shows. I forget. I'm missing something.
So how many shows
But
do you
yeah,
guys
anyway.
have in total? It was like over 20 shows in total?
Where in
Like,
Europe?
yeah, and like, the
It was
whole
more like
festivals that you
14.
guys played.
Oh, festivals. I don't know, maybe 5 or 7.
Nice, nice.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Maryland Death Fest we played 2 years. Obscene, we played 1 time in Mexico, 1 time in twice in Czech Republic.
I mean, it would be more if COVID was not there, it would be more.
Yeah. UK Death Fest is next year, hopefully. We're playing the
that's
UK
nice.
next year.
Okay,
Yeah, in
all right.
September.
Are you guys
in
ever
London.
planning to come here and back in Dubai or UAE?
If the opportunity presents itself, if there's some,
Oh, nice.
still, we're not over this COVID thing, but we're getting there. So yeah, I mean, we played Dubai maybe like 3 times, 4 times.
Nice. And it was all during the time when I didn't know that this community existed because, of my previous life. So now that I
Yeah.
know, I feel such regret and jealousy of everyone who attended all these amazing gigs and these artists that, I unfortunately did not get to support.
Exactly.
But
It's all good.
If you guys come here, I'm going to be like front seat, like front line. Yeah,
I
just going ape shit.
I just want to read. By the way, MJ, thank you very much for gifting that sub to the
Thank you.
community.
Thank you so
very
much.
much. It means the world to us, MJ. And MJ is saying that East Coast US metal shows are awesome. So cool you were able to travel and be part of that. And
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're also from the East, so
Yep.
East Coast, stick
And-
together.
And Sam is saying, do you have Arabic metal songs?
I have one.
Ooh, I did
Creative
not
Ways.
know this.
Yeah, for creative
Yeah,
ways.
only the lyrics are in Arabic though.
Mm.
The Arabic influences are the other band that I play with, which is Deathless Anguish. Kamal, the one I mentioned. But we play, like, my brother and I are in the band. That has some Arabic melodies, but the lyrics are English. So yeah, Creative Waste. I only have. Actually, I used to have a song. I started the band called Sijil. I wrote the lyrics in Arabic.
Wait, Sajil is you?
The old Sijil. Sijil
Oh.
changed. Saying, we just, basically we didn't continue, and the band wasn't really doing anything. So Hassan took the band in a different direction because he's
Oh.
active.
Oh, okay.
It started off as an old school death metal band because my brother was and I had to stay active, otherwise I'd lose my mind. And
Okay.
yeah.
So because I know Sajil, but like I never saw, like I've seen the bassist and the guitarist, like I've seen them on their page, I've seen them, their songs and stuff, but I didn't know that it was it your brainchild or like were you part of it?
No, it was pretty much I started
So you
the
were,
band with Hassan.
so you were
Sajid
core band
and
member.
Aziz.
Dude, Sajil,
I started the band.
I'm gonna blast that after we finish the show. You're gonna love them.
Yeah, sure.
Like their music is
Yeah,
good.
but the old Sajid sounds nothing like the new Sajid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What
the
is
first
it?
one is
What's the
called-
difference between, like, what was it when you started it?
The first Sajid is old school death metal. It's like
Oh.
like Bolt Thrower, like
I love Bolt Thrower.
yeah. So you can find it. It's called Hutarat al-Ard, the song. I mean that style is not
Huthalat
coming back,
al-Ard, it
but-
means earth scum, yeah?
Yeah, Scum of the Earth. I wrote that song in Arabic. Yeah.
Damn! Wow.
But Bundle's saying, question, do you remember the band Magic Cross during Obscene Extreme East Fest?
Definitely,
Yeah,
man. They're good
these
friends
are
of
the
mine.
Filipino, the Filipino community.
Yeah, they're good friends of mine.
Yeah. Their
know,
drummer is a very close friend of mine, Rippin.
Yeah, Rip,
Yeah.
I know Rippin.
Yeah,
man.
Rippin
He's
is a cool dude, man.
solid
Such
dude.
a
He's
down to
solid
earth dude.
I know the guy very well.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a solid drummer too. Yeah.
I mean, that goes to show that the community here is like so, like all the musicians know each other,
Yeah, that's that was one of the questions that I wanted to ask you for was as well as like, okay, I have a personal slogan that I tell her all the time. Is like there's only a bunch of 5 guys and they play in like 8 different bands. Do you guys have the same scenario in Saudi? Like, you just 10 people in different, like, gazillion bands?
Exhibit A.
He is one of them. So this is
Yeah,
not...
dude, I'm in Deathless Anguish. That's the only band that I didn't start that I'm in. The rest, I'm like, yeah.
But what is the problem? Like, you know, okay, because when I explained
It's because-
to Fien-
Yeah,
go ahead, go
no,
ahead.
I mean it's a simple answer, like, because you know I've noticed we're not the only ones. Even in the U.S., the East Coast for grindcore and death metal bands, like you know, they do the same thing we're doing. In Louisiana, same thing. If you take a look at NOLA, you know, you got bands from Down or Crowbar. They all share members, so it's not something that. It also happens in Sweden with some of my bands that I like, you know, like Rotten Sound, Nazum, and Regurgitate. They all borrow band members, so it's not uncommon. It's because when you find someone really dedicated to music and they have so much energy, like, and they're not getting enough, they're not busy enough with one band. They have to create new projects to stay busy because they have so much energy and they can't just sit and wait for, like, you know, for example, you have a band that only gets shows once a year. What are you gonna do for most of the year?
Yeah, that's
You
actually
know,
a very
so you
good
start
point,
different
yeah.
bands, and you also, if you love music so much, you you know, you probably is into different genres, like I am. I love drum and bass. Drum and bass is actually one of the first styles that got me into metal. Like, you know, from Mortal Kombat or whatever. It's dark melodies, really fast paced, double time tempos, like really crazy
Very
beats.
upbeat,
Yeah, so it's pretty much extreme. It's the extreme of electronic music.
Exactly.
So I just
And
want
then
to
you
quickly, sorry Fawaz, but I just want to quickly thanks Metal Chick Mentality. She's here giving you guys follows and on IG.
and-
She's giving you
and-
subscriptions on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, she's an amazing supporter out here. Thank you
And
so much,
Thank
MJ.
you so much.
She
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much for our new sub, which it was the gift from MJ.
Again, sorry guys,
Yep.
I can't see your like comments very clearly because I'm.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's doing it on the phone.
So,
Yeah.
so you guys have to read out the comments for me.
Yeah, we are doing that.
Yeah,
and
that's what we're trying. Sam is saying if I ever start a metal band, I'm calling it Bunny Rainbows or something. It can't be all anger all the time.
Hey, you have a band called Baby Metal.
Yeah,
Don't they do something like that?
Oh
Baby
my
Metal?
God, Sam! If you ever Google baby metal, like, I'm sorry for your brain. But yeah.
They're not that bad. I think they're like they serve its purpose. You know?
Like, I need to do a moment of silence. You
It's
know?
unique.
Yeah.
It's not something I would listen to. Like,
Yeah, same
but,
here.
but I like that they exist.
Fawaz, my
I mean, I
first
have an open
reaction-
mind, but like I can't.
You
I
know
can't.
what? Keep your open mind for yourself. Baby metal is just one of these blasphemies that. What the hell is this? Like, who came up with this?
There he goes with Uncle Rand.
I mean,
the thing-
you
the
could
thing
say
is-
the same about mumble rap. I don't know.
Wait,
at
there
least they're
is-
saying
there
stuff.
is-
Mumble, they're just mumbling. You know?
Wait, you don't bring kids to
Thank
this
you,
thing.
Fawaz.
You
Thank
don't
you
bring
so
kids
much.
to this thing.
At least someone has my
Don't
back.
worry, there are no rules, man. Just let it go, man. Just yeah.
And Bullet is. Thank you very much. He's saying, Bullet, you guys head end brighter than my future bros. And Bundle is saying, Sam, check out the band Party Cannon.
Party Cannon. Okay, I've never heard of this, and I'm gonna do it.
Bundle
for
knows
shits and
few
giggles.
good bands. Like, you know, he showed me a
Wait.
couple of bands that it's out of my reach. Because you know what, with me, as you said, I just stick around with the music that I like.
And he's like stuck in that old like 90s like
Yep.
that I don't think he ever evolved out of that because like
Excuse me?
now
My
dude, there-
update is
how-
from 2010.
fuck,
Okay.
wait how
Hey, if
many
you're
bands
happy, you're happy, man.
dude listen how many bands did I introduce you to?
Yes, I'm not disagreeing,
There you go.
but
Did you even enjoy deathcore before you listened to Recoil and Horror, After the Burial?
the thing is,
or,
like I told you,
Chelsea Grin?
for me, okay, no offense to any guttural vocalist over here, okay, I can't do guttural, okay, I can be like the 90s trash
This
band
guy-
vocalist and I can do clean.
By the way, this guy, he just climbs up on the mic, dude, and he starts. There's zero vocal warm up, which, by the way, is a question for you. That's a very good segue.
Yeah.
Do you ever do like do you have your routine before you start and get up on the mic, or do you like just like start immediately like this idiot?
I used to. I rarely warm up actually, but the way I warm up is through my sometimes I would use the song titles to warm up my voice. Actually, like back then,
How's that?
I would like when they scream the song titles. I'm actually using that as an opportunity to tune my voice. But recently, after I toured, I got used to great habits I didn't do before, and now I'm able to do like, I don't know. I think I have a much wider range than I ever have than before, because I felt like I was so used to my vocals, and it was so intuitive that I didn't really work on developing. I only started doing that after playing live for long, like after touring. Yeah, like for example, the first time I noticed a shift in my in techniques was in 2014 when we toured the U.S. Maryland Death Fest. We played the, what do you call it, the Middle East. Like Phil. I don't know, like where do we play? Boston, Philadelphia, and then we made our way all the way to Baltimore with I forgot how many shows we played, but anyway, we played.
Nice.
So I remember
awesome.
that I had to I noticed. Because I used to use a very demanding style that make breathing, because I move around a lot, and so I had to figure out a way to adapt, because back then I was so stubborn, like I have to use this style all the time. Then I realized it actually makes it more interesting if you play around. So then that was the first time I was open to that. Hey, I can change things. And then by 2017, before that I started. Paying attention to my vocals. Like I wanted to take it to the next level, so to speak. What I got was more control, and I started exploring styles. And I'm still like getting used to it. Like this album, Condemned, the latest album, I kind of took stuff that I used to do in our first demo, Colonies, because that was a different vocal style. And that was like actually very high pitched. And Cruelty, I almost I wasn't sure how to recreate the same thing, because like I said, I didn't have a specific method. It was very intuitive. It was similar, but it was a bit different. And in Slaves to Conformity, I did something that does not necessarily sound like the previous records. And in Condemned, I basically took all the styles and I put them in that album. I started using all the vocal styles, incorporating them for certain, because they all served a purpose, and I added new stuff. So that was my journey with my vocals. Now I have a ritual.
Okay, so Sam has a question. What's the lifespan of your type of metal musicians? How long before the chords give out on an average?
Yeah, and I love Bullet's question.
What do you mean? Like,
So
for
you guys
the,
just
what do you mean, for vocals?
Yeah, for vocalists, like how how's the
Depends on your lifestyle.
yeah,
Depends on your lifestyle.
and I feel it depends
and
what
like your habits.
and what type of vocalist you are as well. Like I feel who do gutturals and like big screams and all those like
gutturals,
strenuous kind of screams.
Like a guttural, you need to be on a note, but again.
And you need an immense diaphragm.
Yeah, but the thing is, it doesn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, Fawaz, because I have very limited knowledge about doing guttural vocals. Is much more adding to the chaos that is already happening to the structure. It usually doesn't follow the notation of the riffs and stuff like this.
It depends on the vocalist, honestly. Depends on the vocalist, but you would compare it to just a sustained note, like a scream or something, just like a constant, like a drone almost, very short bursts. It depends. Yeah. So, but everyone does it differently. Some people are like rhythmic or on the like with the snare they lock. Some people are like they experiment. So it depends on the vocalist and the band.
Yeah. So we have one viewer who's asking, Vix is asking, what's a guttural? So can you demonstrate it?
I don't really do them.
Okay.
My style is, it is technically a guttural because I use my gut, I use my diaphragm. But my style is closer to
like a thrashy death metal. Like I get a very obituary type of feel from the song that we hear.
Well, thanks. But yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, me, I used to like. I don't know. I just used to like scream as loud as I can. That's what I used to do, and I just engage my diaphragm. Like, that's the engine, and this is what changes the sound.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is the part you push out air, and you just change. You have to learn how to manipulate sound with your mouth and your. You know, like how wide you open, how like it all plays a role. Also, like where, in your head, the sound. Like I don't know. The more you open your mouth, the higher you can go.
Yeah, I get
I don't
that.
know
The
if I hope
positioning
I'm
as well.
helping.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
But,
just to put it like to give her
I'm
like
a screamer mostly though.
yeah, to give her an idea is like, you know, like imagine like you know what, I just do it for her.
Go ahead, please.
I mean, I suck at guttural, but I mean, give me a break. It's like, by the way, before doing
So
this,
he does it for
I
his
had-
niece, but he doesn't do
I-
it for his wife.
What, you want me to sing to you in a guttural? Like,
Not
like what is this? I can't just be
There you
like
go.
this, you know? Because I had a phase back in the days when I was listening to, you know, Brutal Truth, like another great grindcore band.
Brutal
Cannibal
Truth, hell yeah.
Corpse. Yeah, I was a huge Cannibal Corpse, 6 Feet Under, Nile.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corpse Grinder.
Obituary.
That's.
Yeah.
I know some people
Vile.
like. Yeah.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
guy, I mean,
He's insane.
He's dude,
Insane.
The lows that he does is just crazy.
But, well, that's because of the neck he has. Have you seen
Hey,
his neck?
hey.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the-
he's a definitely a very powerful.
very,
Yeah,
very
he's
powerful.
insane.
You know what?
Insane.
That's actually a very good segue. What is your? Okay, I know that we kind of asked you this, but if you had a chance to collaborate with your favorite musician, any genre, any type of music, who would have been, and what type of song would you make? Would you take the seat of being the director, the producer, or you need to put your, that sounded so wrong, your seat inside?
That's what she said. Even Sam saying like,
Vix, you
that's
gotta
the
make
thing.
us
I
go
don't
to the
have
bathroom.
just one. I don't have just one, but let's see.
Like the top favorite. Who is the top
Yeah.
favorite that you will be like, you know what? This is
Yeah.
an opportunity of a lifetime.
Well, I mean, he's not alive anymore. It was what's his name? Mishko from Nazum. He passed away in 2005.
drink.
I already
Who
did.
else? Who else? I don't know.
I mean, from the guys that they're alive, who you have on top of your list?
Top of my list. Let me think.
While you're thinking, we're just gonna refer to the comments. And Sam is saying, I'm a
we
screamer.
hydrated both of us. So,
Yeah, Sam is saying, I'm a screamer. Said Fawaz, Sam, inner monologue. That's what she said. What happened? And she's saying, what happened to the dirty demon? To the dirty
Demonstration demon.
we were about to get. The thing is, like, you know, Fawaz, as he said, he's much more of a screamer. He's not much more of like, you know, I think he just dabbles in these things.
Yeah.
And Bundle is saying, interesting fact, the band Brutal Truth has shortest music video as per Guinness Book of World Records.
Shit, I did not know that. There you go, a random fact.
Thank you
He
very
did
much.
that
for that.
joke. Thank you, Bundlehead.
The thing is, like, there's other good grindcore bands
Yeah.
which I
So the-
cannot name the band
Yeah,
name.
there-
I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about, Fawaz. There's
The-
band with like proper profanity names, like, you know, they're just extreme.
Dude, it's
So
in-
many.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever-
So many. But also, you know.
Dude, the album art for all these bands that have those words in them, I'm like, have you? They're
Yeah,
absurd.
yeah,
like,
I don't
whose
know how-
imagination
like,
they're
yeah,
coming
who-
out of?
I mean,
Well, that's the point for a lot of those bands. You know, they just that's the point for them.
Yeah,
They don't take it seriously. They're just like whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah.
you know what? I will rephrase my question. If you had the option to work with these three people, let's say, okay, I will just name vocalists. Let's say Corpse Grinder, Chris Barnes, and I forgot, and Carl Sanders. Is it Carl
Corpse
Sanders?
Grinder.
Corpse Grinder.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So you're gonna be doing like like a duet with
You
him.
mean out of the three, which one I would
Duet.
choose, right?
Imagine
Yeah,
that.
definitely. Corpse Grinder for sure. Yeah.
Corpse Grinder would be amazing, man. I mean,
Shit.
he's a very down to earth dude as well. I mean, that's the thing.
He's so. Have
If
you seen
Sam-
his
Actually,
Instagram?
we have
Dude, if you.
our drummer and met him in Maryland Death Fest 2011.
Nice.
He bought a ticket
No
like
way.
everyone else, and he just walked in. He took a picture with him. Like I should have made that ready, but yeah.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's all good, man. But the thing is, like, you know, for example, if Sam sees these things,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
she will be like, "What the hell is this?"
She'll
Like,
probably
she will,
just be.
like the band name
in
called
shock.
Cannibal Corpse. So imagine the music, and she's
Just
saying,
Google all these genres. You'll get insane amount of
Yeah,
names.
and Sam is saying Led Zeppelin performed in Denmark under the name the Knobs because Eva and Zeppelin.
1 second, I need to
Von
run
Zeppelin.
to
Sure,
the
sure.
real quick.
Sure,
Yeah,
take
yeah,
your
take
time.
your
We're
time.
just gonna stick around with the comments.
Granddaughter of the inventor of Zeppelin airships threatened to sue them otherwise for tarnishing the family
Yeah.
name. Whoa.
Yeah. They actually got into shit for that.
Damn.
And
So-
she says she knows Cannibal Corpse. How come you listen to mumble rap? That's weird.
Why are you judging now?
I'm not
Why
judging.
are you judging?
No, because you know.
Let her live her life.
Exactly. You know,
Okay.
I'm always about live and let live. And Vix is saying, did you just redeem something and answer it yourself? I think bundle it. But by the way, guys, if you guys are redeeming a random fact thing,
Yeah.
these, I mean, I kept this for the sessions that is like, you know, me and Phoenix, we're just sitting over here, so
Yeah,
we can, you know,
because
interact
what
with the
happened? Yeah,
community.
because sometimes when you're redeeming the points, the guest is like talking, so like I feel a little shy to like like interrupt them
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So yeah, I mean. He's saying fact update, brutal to truth record was broken then by a napalm death you suffer.
I
Bundlehead
think-
coming in with the hot facts.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, the thing is, like, I remember what's called Bundle It. They have a 4-second song called Dead.
4 seconds?
4 second. It's just like blah.
That reminds me of that clown video. Guys, what's
Clown core. Dude, they are amazing. One of them is a sax player. It's like a mix of death
Dude.
metal, grindcore,
Okay.
jazz, and like, you know, drum and bass and electronics. They are amazing.
I had the what the fajibis is this? Like
Yeah.
I was just like. Just like now, I was speechless when he was showing me that video. There were these two clowns in like a public washroom. They were just going on like with instruments, and they're in a
crazy.
car, and then they
I wish I
crash
could
into
show
some-
it, but I just like regarding
like,
rights and
what
stuff.
the hell? And
Yeah.
and they have like this calming music in the middle, and then
Yeah. They have different videos, like short videos and everything.
Insane.
Do you want to just pick up a random fact from Google because Sam is on your ass?
Oh,
Yeah. Just
okay,
give
okay,
us a
okay.
minute, Fawaz.
Okay, wait. I have
Anyway,
to-
we're gonna get back to Fawaz with the whole the journeys that they had and the gig, like, you know, some fun experiences they had on the stage, the crowd reaction. That would be, I mean, I'm sure you have some Fawaz on your, you know, on your resume, and with all these great gigs and festivals that you guys been part of. I mean, I've never had a chance to play anywhere outside Dubai, which I think the whole energy that you get from the crowd abroad would be different. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Fawaz.
Yeah, I mean, depends on the. Again, if people, it's different when people come out to your show based on on your style. You know, like when you play locally, let's say they just play with whatever is around. You know, people who show up, what you see is what you get. But when you travel, people would show up based on what you play. So they understand that genre.
Mm-hmm.
So like the usually shows we play are people who are into extreme style of music, not just because they don't have any other show and they just show up.
I
So
understand. Yeah.
the experience is more unique. However, you also understand the value of your local scene more.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize that actually the Saudi fans are actually one of the best fans that you play. They have really good energy. They're really I don't know. The vibe is really good.
I mean, it's always good to have your hometown crowd with you, you know, or you see them in the crowd, which is like, you know, it makes it more special to you. You know, you're actually like, you know, reaching out of the box. Did you?
But you know, but that's the thing. The ones who attend usually because they're, you know, your friends or whatever. They're not really necessarily grind and death fans. They just
They're
attend.
just there for the moral
But over
support.
there, yeah, they're, you know, they have a lot of choices. If they don't like you, they just, you know, they have options.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
But yeah, thankfully it was just amazing. You know, and there was no choice for us. We had to play outside. The scene was dead here. There was
Yeah,
no
there was no scene. Exactly.
yeah, you had to play. You had to either play outside or just quit.
Or just keep it online, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just use it as an opportunity. When I realized my brother was studying in the U.S., I'm like, okay, that's one less band member to fly over. So we just went and started. Yeah.
Less visa process.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he's already there. Might as well.
Yeah, Phoenix still like digging up.
So I
facts.
wanted to choose something like that is like, what the hell, you know?
Yeah.
So I came across one fact, which is the first person convicted of speeding was going 8 miles per hour. 8. And that was, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, the first person to be charged with speeding was Walter Arnold of the England village of Padlockwood, Kent, on Jan 28th, 1896. He was in a 19th century Benz.
Wow.
I mean, if I had that car, I would be going I would be pushing the limits with that car, you know?
my
Like,
God.
why the fuck were you going 8? So
Sam is saying a
that's
mosh
insane.
pit. She found apparently an interesting one. A mosh pit should really be called a mash pit. The term mosh was coined accidentally by the band Bad Brains in about 1980. They meant to yell out on stage, "Mash it, mash down Babylon," a reggae-inspired term. I love reggae. This was misheard as mosh it, and the phrase stuck.
dude, that's
I never knew about this.
even I
Thank
didn't
you
know
very
about
much,
this.
Sam. Thank you
why,
very much.
Why didn't I go with like metal facts? I
Because
just
you don't
went-
like reggae.
I said, why didn't I go with
Yeah, I
metal
guess-
facts?
It would make sense too, because you know they don't say man, they say mon.
Nah, fucking
Nice.
great, man.
Fucking great one. We had this thing here where he was trying to pronounce manwa, okay? And we had this epic clip where, dude, he starts going all
Like-
Bob Marley over here. So like, oh my god, you have to see that. We'll send him that clip,
Hey,
okay?
it is on the IG, and it's a funny
Fucking
thing.
insane, dude.
Like,
he makes me laugh like a fucking dying hyena, you know? Like,
The thing is, like with me, she asked me, is like, okay, like, you know, why you don't like, you know, listen to deathcore or listen to this shit and this and that. For me, whenever I hear something new,
Alright.
first thing I ever do is just like, it's not that I take a jab at the artist. It's just like I like to make fun because, you know, we've been always, you know, made fun of.
oh, but if I say anything about mumble rap, he'll be like, ugh.
I never argued with you about mumble rap. I told you it's just the production that I love.
So you can criticize my musicians, but I can't criticize
I never
your artists.
I never criticized your musician. I just told you, like, you know, I would prefer the music is beautiful beyond imagination.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
You know, so,
Like, some breakdowns
Fawaz,
are
come on, Fawaz,
just-
come on. I know you would say it's an acquired taste. I agree with you. Okay, just for the sake of, like, you know, live and let live. But sometimes the vocal really is just the extra guy that shouldn't even be there.
No, I disagree. Because
It's Fawaz's turn.
sorry,
It's not your turn.
Sorry,
Yeah,
my bad.
Yeah, we use mumble rap as an example. The vocalist shouldn't be there. No,
Fawaz, you're making my day, dude.
no, I'm just saying, you know, it's not. Of course, there's always a time and a place for something, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also, again, I mean, depends on what you like. I mean, one man's, as they would say, one man's.
Well, thrash is someone else's goal. you know?
One man's
Treasure.
paradise is another man's living hell, you know?
Yeah.
It's just rephrased mine.
yeah. So at least I have one person who's defending.
Dude, I'm not against
Thank
extreme
you.
music. I love extreme music, but in different forms. Like, for example, for me, I love extreme electronic music. I love extreme like rapcore or extreme rap.
Like,
you
dude,
know?
I have phases as well. Like when I drive, like sometimes instead of like headbanging and having a 2-person mosh pit, like I just like to, you know, sometimes go ooms ooms. You know, like I like that as well.
She likes
like,
a lot of ooms ooms, by the way.
ooms ooms. That's how I say it. So
Yeah, well, you know.
yeah, it depends on the mood, dude. Like sometimes when, like yesterday when you were having a trial Zoom call, I was cooking. Okay, so when
She
I was
just
cooking, I was
blasting
listening.
deathcore.
Yeah, so like I was listening to like a lot of like headphones, and like that's the thing. It depends on what you are in for at that moment. You know?
Like for me, sometimes like by the way, Fawaz, I was super shocked when I saw that post from you, that you put it you posted the whole Ninja Turtle thing. The master is carrying the turtles and it's like Limp Bizkit, Rage Against the Machine.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That was meant to troll people.
Dude,
yeah, that was meant to troll people.
that is
A lot of people thought I was serious, which is gold.
Yeah,
That is gold.
man.
But you know, those who know. You know, they're like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what
Yeah.
the hell no, hell no. And I started talking to Fawaz like, man, I am shocked because you come from a grindcore band, and because sorry to say this again, I'm not taking a jab on anyone. Most of those grindcore fellows that I've been in touch with, they are, you know, they are that guy back in the, you know, at the gig is like
mean face, and you know.
he's that guy, you know,
Yeah.
that whole.
Yeah,
you know.
but that's the thing. Those you know, a lot of my friends are that in death metal or grindcore bands. Man, they like a good Linkin Park track. They just know that not everyone, you know, a lot of people are idiots.
Yeah. Like for
Because they're like so insecure, they feel like they're not cool or not tough for saying they like a song by Linkin Park or something, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
people are laughing on ohms, and Sam is saying you shit talk mumble rap all the time, and no one stop your judgment.
Yeah.
Judgmental ass.
I mean, it's just like, you know, opinions and perspectives. I mean, I'm not like the dude. There are times where sometimes there's an artist called Skinny. Okay, he has songs like
Skinny is from
Alhamdulillah,
Saudi.
Mashallah,
Do you know
and like
Skinny?
he's mumble rapping
Fawaz?
on it.
Do you know Skinny, the artist?
I heard the name. I heard the
you
name.
know that song.
That's
that-
the thing. I need to clarify something. Me, I'm like the rap I only listen to a few artists, and
Yeah.
I'm not really
Yes.
because you know like there's a certain culture in rap. Like I don't like modern rap. I don't get it. I don't. It's just not my thing. I'm like an old guy. I don't get it. I don't like. That's just, you know, I'm into metal or hardcore stuff. You know, not really a big fan of materialism. Not really a big fan of look what
Exactly.
I own. Look what I you know, hey, I go to
Exactly.
party. I'm not a party guy.
Exactly.
I'm more of a I like a good conversation. I don't like going. I'm not a club guy. I don't go clubbing. I don't even drink. You know, like I'm there for music and to like meet people. You
That's
know,
awesome. I mean-
that's what stimulates me. Like
Yeah.
learning things.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
but the whole like the new music that's about I don't know, like I have this car, so now I'm good, right? I have this, so now I'm good, right? That's not my thing.
No, yeah, but because he has a song that actually blew up very quickly. It's called Alhamdulillah.
Oh, I don't.
It's called-
I,
it's
like I
called
said, I don't
Never
know the guy. I
Snitch.
don't know the guy.
Okay.
I'm not talking about him.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know
No,
the
I'm
guy.
No,
just saying
he's
because I thought you
explaining
might know
because-
he's from Saudi as well.
Because he's but dude, there was
He's super
there
funny.
was that Bidun Laham one.
Yeah,
the no
the
beef.
song called No Beef, and he has the Arabic translation, which is Bidun Lahm. It's
That's
like without meat.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
And I think MJ asked, do you know a band something called Jules? Just a second.
Run the Jewels?
Yeah.
Run of the
Yeah,
Run of
yeah,
the
of
Jewels.
Of course I'm familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. Yeah.
And Bullet's
Definitely.
saying,
I'm more into like underground, you know, underground hip hop. Like, you know, I don't know. Like I mentioned, Moral Technique, Vinny Paz, Low Key, Nonfiction.
do you like Idea and Idea and Abilities? Have you heard about them?
No, there's too many, man, for me to keep
Yeah.
track. Because, you know, again, my main thing is metal. Like, so I don't really, you know, I would say.
Like
I don't know.
I
I look for
mean,
specific things in
rap.
Yeah, like a very specific things. Like, for example, like if the beat is generally not hard, you know, I'm out of there usually. Or it has to be very catchy, like a great melody or something. Or you know, if it's catchy and it's great melody, like the lyrics, that's the like, you know, yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know, like do I feel like this guy really feels the way he speaks, or is it just you know, something I don't resonate with?
So I am really saying Fawaz is picky with his stuff.
As a musician, I think you end up.
I thought I wasn't that picky, but yeah, I guess I am picky with certain things.
Yeah.
Well, I can see your rap influence, which is like when I heard it, when he sent me the track on IG, I was like, I was telling Phoenix, it's not that usual rap that you hear.
Exactly.
It's the serious kind. It's the horror hop, which it gives me that feeling of Insane Clown Posse. You know.
Yeah, actually, I've been compared to what was their name? The guy who sings Guillotine. I forgot his name.
What?
Damn, man, I'm really bad with names. They got really big. Death Grips. Death Grips. I've been compared to Death Grips. Although I did not know of Death Grips until I've been compared to them. I started listening to them. I mean, I heard the name, but I never like really listened to them.
Okay.
And then they said I remind them a lot of Death Grips. So yeah, I mean, I heard the music and I liked it. So yeah, I like Death Grips because they're very experimental though. I'm not as experimental. I think but they're aggressive, which I share in common. Dark and aggression.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So let's kick it back to the gigs that you guys played abroad. What was the funniest experience you had, and what was the near, how to say it?
I'm waiting for you to finish that sentence.
Like the most awesome moment you guys had as performing outside of Saudi, and the worst moment ever. Do you guys have any of these two?
Yes, the best moment. Man, there's too many great ones, to be honest. Thankfully, I'm really grateful for that. At every moment, it was a great moment. Like, for example, Maryland Death Fest in New York for the first time. That was 2010. That was the best moment at that point. And
like
played Houston. That was
like there was any funny incidents?
Oh, there's always funny incidents.
What was the one that you like always cracks you up when you think about it?
Oh man, honestly, there's too many. Sometimes I forget. Like I can't believe I forgot that happened. And some I can't share, to be honest.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Understand.
That's fine.
Let me. Man, there's too many.
On stage, did you guys had any funny moments?
Like with you, maybe specifically, like you can remember.
A lot. There's one where Kamal was doing. I mean, it wasn't fun for him. But Kamal was doing guest vocals on, because we had a track called Autopsy Infringement. That was on our first record. Before we really figured out what we really wanted to do. But anyway, he was doing guest vocals on that track. And like, at the very end, there was like this melody where he goes down. He's like, he's headbanging, right? And I was on bass and vocals. So I had the bass, and I basically picked the bass up. And as he was coming down, and it hit him right in the face. So it was like a counter hit. My bass was going up, and his face was going to meet it right there. Bam!
Shit.
And man, he was bleeding.
Oh,
he started bleeding.
So you slapped the bass, yeah?
literally slapped.
I slapped the skull, man. That's what happened, man. And he took it like a champ.
Was he okay
he just
after
kept
that?
headbanging.
Oh shit!
He just took it off, like, yeah.
So
and
you guys.
Sometimes like one of the show, I think maybe in the same set, I tripped, and my brother was like playing drums. Actually, no, it was a show before. My brother was playing drums, and like I usually like go all over the place during the show. So anyway, I tripped, and my face hit his toms and the cymbals. So the vision he was seeing was this. Look like this, like me, while he's drumming, I'm looking at it, trying to get my balance back.
Oh, Vix, if you can do us a favor, and clip
also
this.
See it.
Yeah.
you can the last video I just put, the latest live show I put online. It's from 2015. It's not late. I mean, it's not the latest, but it's the latest upload. I again, when I grab the mic, I just move around so much. The cord flew and got entangled with our guitarist's guitar, so he couldn't play guitar because the cord went over the neck and it blocked him, and he immediately like took it off like an extra move. You can see it. It's during the song called Enemy. During that song, he just did it. And also during the same set, our future guitarist was in the crowd, and he decided to do a stage dive. It was one of the sickest stage dives I've seen, and yeah, he just did a flip. You can see it. It's there. It's during the song.
That's
Retribution.
insane.
It was during the middle part.
We have.
He just went on stage and like.
Yeah, we have Isa 91. He's saying improvised capo.
Oh, Isa. Yeah, I know this. Yeah. Oh man, we go way back. He was around actually when Sijil was in its inception, the first style. He was around.
Okay.
What up,
Hi,
man?
Isa. Welcome to the stream.
Thank you very much. And Leslie is in the house. What's up, Les? And thank you very much for redeeming Hydrate. I think I need to do a couple of bathroom checkups. I didn't know I'm just shooting myself in the foot when it comes to this stuff. Which, you know, again, I just want to take a moment and thank the Twitch community for, you know, being there always for us. And if it wasn't because of you guys, we would never, you know, reach to this level that we are right now. Again, thank you very much. And because of you guys, because of Phoenix, we have the chance that we can, you know, reach out to artists such as Fawaz that is in Saudi Arabia, and those bands that they don't get, or the artists that they don't get that much of a spotlight in the whole mainstream media.
I mean I've said this beforehand as well. Like I want to bring out people from all walks of life, not just like from the music genre or like, you know, anything specific, but like people who like him especially, who is a very brilliant mind, and he deserves way more exposure, and the band deserves way more exposure. His music deserves way more exposure. So I feel that, you know, at least if we can do a little bit of part in that, you know, in that sense, it would be like just amazing, you know. Like for example, there are people who might see this on a later date and will come to know about him and like his humor. Dude, by the way, he has more darker humor than you. Okay. For what? Oh my god. Like sometimes he used to send me memes of like insanely dark shit, and I'm like, where are you getting this from?
and you know, Bundlet is saying always saw Creative Waste live and was always wondering how does the vocalist jamming without hitting anybody on stage.
Yeah, he's insane on the stage. Like he'll go batshit.
After years of hitting people, actually I do hit people, it's not as frequent. It's more controlled now.
In a more
aware
way.
of it. Because I've been doing this for so long. I hit my fair share of.
I mean, with grindcore, I think you have that open area because the music really catch that essence of going, going mad and showing your emotions, and you know, it's
partly why I'm attracted. It's actually one of the main reasons why I'm attracted to this style of music. I don't know. It brings something out of me. It's just I think deep down I do like expressing myself, you know. I mean, like as in I don't know, for lack of a better word, dancing to it. That's my dance to it.
I just want to quickly read you the comment from MJ. She's saying, I'm watching the live show that Fawaz suggested, and the energy he has on stage is incredible.
Wow, thank you.
She's watching it live as we speak about it.
Right, you think so?
And Sam is Bullet saying silver hand, silver hand, silver hand, silver hand.
Yeah, and Sam is exhausted while watching, because she's like, I'm exhausted for him.
Well, dude, talking about experiences on stage, I was covering one of Tool's songs called Bottom.
Why am I not shocked it's Tool?
Dude, there is a scream in the song which he goes like, from low suddenly to up, like, you know, screaming type of like stretch. Dude, I was almost fainting.
Dude, I
It's
can
a
imagine.
22 second scream. I was fainting after that.
Shit.
I was actually felt like, I'm about to like hit the stage.
Yeah, that
Damn.
happens sometimes. Like if you push out too much air, or
Yeah.
especially when you go to head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
get dizzy. Like, especially if you haven't done it in a while or you're not used to it. You develop stamina. I remember, like every time I stop doing vocals for a while and I start, I get dizzy.
Shit.
I get dizzy. Yeah,
I mean, that's
I
why
get dizzy.
that's why I turned into mumble rap, so you can just chill and cruise
Yeah, why
around,
not?
He's gonna keep defending it, and I'm gonna keep like, "Oh, no, that's not what it is.
I'm not here to debate.
Yeah,
but
there are no rules now.
There's no
Yeah,
rules,
yeah.
as in, like, when Fawaz jumping from different genres, and from his influence is kind of from rap and like soundtracks of movies, and coming from all this different basically music and art, and he's creating creative waste. It's just, this is the whole beauty.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to stand on one point as like, no, I got just, okay, you have anal guys like me, sorry if I use that, like me, that I am like very strict about my stuff. But again, that comes on the cost of an artist being a perfectionist. Okay, I'm so loyal to the craft or to the genre or to the type of music that I write. But as Fawaz said, once you make the music, it's, you want to enjoy that music and share it with the world.
Yeah,
So
I
if
get
they
that.
take it, they take it. They don't take it, they don't take it.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, that there are different types of like minds and ears out there that will listen to you no matter what. Like, as I said, that sometimes I just have nostalgia, I'll go to that band, or if I have something connective, like sometimes bands have helped me process my traumas or fears, or I have bad anxiety, I have panic attacks, I have a lot of these kind of things. So I've had moments where I'll just plug in and I'll either listen to what they say and soak it up and let them heal me. Like, that's happened. Like, music does that with everybody. So like, it's not necessary that just because it's screaming it won't heal you. Like,
Exactly.
there are many other types. Like, for example, as you said, even mumble rap out there can be healing for someone. Reggae is like a biggest genre of healing music. So I'm like, it's just again upon the
It's
each
just like
individual.
what it is, yeah. It's just like
Yeah.
there's everything for
Yeah, but
everyone,
I take shit on it just to irritate you.
Yeah. So back to the story, and this is our guest Fawaz from Creative Waste. But again, guys, thank you very much for sticking around. If you guys have any more questions for
Yeah.
Fawaz, please drop it in the comment
Actually,
section.
I have one.
Sam is saying goodbye. It's been a great, it's
Oh.
been great, guys. Great interviews as usual. Catch you all later. Thank you very
See
much,
you,
Sam, for
Sam.
dropping
Thank you
by.
for the awesome questions as
Thank you very
always.
much. We'll see you soon. So back to your question.
Yeah,
for
so
Fawaz.
I was gonna ask, like, since he's trained at many instruments, what is that in one instrument? Like, I asked this to any musician that's gonna come up on our show as well. That what is that one instrument that you would like to learn in the near future?
I think I've learned what I wanted to learn.
Really, you don't have anything on the bucket list, like maybe something that
No,
always.
it's just further developing the instruments I already play. I just want to get better at what I already do.
Interesting.
'cause-
I've never gotten an
Yeah.
answer like that. Never gotten an answer like that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. There's always room for improvement. If I feel like there's no room for improvement, it must mean I'm not thinking broad enough. There has to be something. Yeah, I mean I would love to learn the violin, but I don't think realistically I'm gonna learn it. I don't think I'm gonna learn it. It's just I already have enough. I'd rather get someone that already knows the violin and I tell them what to play on it. It's easier that way.
Would you ever inculcate it into your music?
Sorry.
Would you ever inculcate like the violin into your music? Like
Yeah, why else would I want it to play? But yeah, for certain style. Yeah, like I don't learn stuff I'm not gonna use. That's I don't do that. Like I don't know. That's I guess I never understood. Like I know there's nothing wrong with it, but I only like learn skills that I feel like using. I don't learn skills that I don't think I'll be using like as just a hobby just for me. I don't need something just for me.
Yeah.
I always like it enough to to one day, perform live or something. Yeah.
So where do you see creative waste landing in, like, let's say in a year from now? Where do you guys think? I mean, it's not about shows. It's not about, like, reaching out to fans. It's about as a whole project. Where do you guys think you guys gonna end up? As in, like, to write new singles, music videos, or?
Yeah, we don't really do singles, but yeah, I mean, right now I'm writing new material for the new album, and it's a bit different. It's still extreme, still it's just a bit more. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Right now we're on a crossroads because I feel like I've exhausted myself with I've explored enough, I should say, with the style you've heard so far with Creative Waste. I mean, we've always been a band that keeps changing things. If you listen real close, we rarely do a track that sounds similar to the other track. There'll be elements, which is normal, you're the same band, but we'd have short songs, long songs, songs that are in between, songs that sound more death metal than grind, songs that sound more punkish than, it's just how we were since we started. But the new style, because I'll probably be doing guitar and vocals live again.
Nice.
That's amazing.
And this time, because I'm writing stuff in the context of two guitars, or like as in, yeah. So it's sounding different, and also because our drummer starting to have issues with his hands and with his wrist. Sorry. So it just makes sense that we become more diverse, because before we used to like focus on just certain aspects and not explore other styles. But again, it's just we're just using things differently. We're using the same things but differently, as in, like, the aggression is still gonna be there, still gonna be extreme, still gonna have your blast beats, you're still gonna have your double bass or whatever. It's just gonna be done in a bit of we're trying to explore newer stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to the best of my ability to stay, to make it obvious our main sound, but explore new areas. So that's where I'm at right now. I don't know. I might change my mind after maybe I record them and decide they're not good enough.
Yeah.
But who knows? It might be the new thing.
But I mean, we are really looking forward to hearing.
And I hope the drummer heals as well. I mean,
for someone, it's chronic. He's always, that's it. We have to just live with it.
Yeah.
And Bullet has two questions. The first one is saying, "What shampoo you use?" Just asking.
Just kidding.
Who?
What
Me?
shampoo?
What do you mean shampoo?
That's the thing.
And the second one is saying, so being a non-metalhead, how would you convince others to listen to your music? What should a newbie focus on the music or the lyrics or overall in general? Very nice question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, convince is a bit of a strong word. You mean what I would suggest? You mean that'd be more suited, if you were looking to listen to metal, because you can't force someone to, you either connect with it or you don't.
Exactly.
But there's not to say there's not a metal style out there that is gonna click with you.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I would identify what's the thing that you like about metal and what don't you like about metal. Is it the harsh vocals that put you off? Then you would go with someone who sings clean. Is it the clean vocals that put you off? Is it the happy melodies? Because I'm not gonna say happy, but like bands that use majors. Like Iron Maiden, that they sound more upbeat than Cannibal Corpse. Cannibals are more like diminished and stuff like that. It sounds very dark. So I would find something closer to what you like. So you just need to identify those things. What type of lyrics do you want? Because there's definitely a type of lyrics that topics that you like.
Exactly.
There's everything.
Yeah.
So you need to know yourself in order. Like if I was gonna recommend something, I have to know them well enough to give them an educated
Suggestion. Yeah.
Suggestion. And for the guys in the comment, Knox, you're not late, bro. You're always welcome here
Hi,
at
Knox.
any
How
time.
are
Thank you very much for
you?
dropping by, Knox. Well, you know what, guys? Why you guys don't tell us what type of music you guys listen to in the comment section? Like, is it metal or like, you know, rap, hip hop, jazz, fusion, Arabic? And like what is your type of music? Just let us know in the comment section so you know we can be, you know, interacting with each other. But Knox, you're not late, bro. He's saying I listen to a lot of post rock. I love post rock.
Yeah,
I love
post-rock
post
is
rock.
pretty
It's beautiful.
chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
good.
There's also post-hardcore. I like post-hardcore bands. Some have singers. Actually, a band that I really like called Brutus. They're a
Never heard of
post-hardcore
them.
band. The female
Never.
vocalists. They're really good. Really good. I like them.
Okay. I will
It
definitely
sounds
check it out.
nothing like extreme metal, so don't expect. But they
No,
do
that's
have punk influences, obviously. You know, the
What
D
is
beat and everything.
what is lo-fi? Vix
Lo-fi.
is saying she listens to lo-fi music.
It's
have-
basically beats,
Oh,
beats
okay.
that are they like hip hop beats, and they got up a bit of a, lo-fi vibe. They don't sound very heavily produced or yeah.
It's like lounge type of music.
So
I
Isa is
guess.
saying mostly metal, but I do listen to other stuff. Usually music from
The
video games.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you see, there's a pattern there. Video games, movie soundtracks they're always metal is you know is basically classical with distortion. That's basically it. And so with vocals,
Exactly.
you know, yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I've had that zone where sometimes like I'm just doing stuff around the house and I'll put like Hans Zimmer on and just like just listen to Inception ones or like
Yeah, he's amazing.
you know Dark Knight and stuff and just you know do normal shit around the house.
Yeah, and Knox is saying look up lo-fi beats to chill, relax, and study to. It's a major thing on YouTube. Exactly, man.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I like those chilled out things because sometimes when we're having a long drive, I tell Phoenix is just like play some chill out like. Massive
Sometimes
Attack,
Massive
you know,
Attack is
trip hop and stuff like this, you know.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah, well, as humans, we don't have just one emotion.
exactly.
So why would you have just one style? One style that you listen to.
Yeah, like sometimes I listen to a lot of country from Sons of Anarchy soundtracks.
Yep.
So I
Some of
love
the
John the
stuff you showed.
Revelator is always like with me on.
When I'm
so-
having a hard time on the day and like I want to drive fast, I just tell her just blast old school Limp Bizkit. Just-
okay, so
Go apeshit.
I had one moment where I was just like I think we were jamming to Counterfeit.
No, it was.
Wasn't it Counterfeit
no,
when we
it
went
was,
batshit? We were just headbanging like insane people at 120.
I think it was Stuck. The song
Was it
Stuck
stuck?
from the album
Oh,
Significant
okay,
Other.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, with him I listened to Limp Bizkit. I've never heard of them like.
I mean, guess
won't
what?
sort-
Fawaz? Guess what? Guess what? Guess how she found me? Apparently, like we have a mutual friend that he shared our jamming session, and he mentioned, oh yeah, great stuff. And then she contacted that person, and that person said she told the guys like, yeah, they sound really like like Limp Bizkit. And then that guy is just like blunt. He's like, yeah, they're very influenced by Limp Bizkit. I'm like, what the hell? We're not. We are influenced by them. Hey!
Hi Chloe, how are you? Oh,
it's
my
awake
god,
now.
she's so cute.
Come on, guys,
Man,
in the
she
comments.
is a fluff ball.
Put
she
all the
is
cat
a
emojis. I
fluff
want all
ball.
cat emojis and woot woot. Come on.
Oh my
Give me
god,
all that.
she's
Give me
so-
all that.
Oh, she just plopped on the couch.
She's just like merging into the colors.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's how I discovered him through that video, then through his podcast, and then
Yeah.
he himself, and then I was like, okay.
How old is
interesting.
Chloe?
She's about maybe 8 years, I think. We had her since 2014,
Oh,
15. Yeah,
God bless her. God bless her.
yeah.
I mean, we
was-
were thinking to adopt
She
a cat
is
as well.
So cute. Yeah, dude, we've been thinking, but
Yeah.
still we're waiting because dude, there's so many wires he's got out here because of
And
the
we're
PC.
in the studio, so
So yeah, so like I'm scared, like
cat emojis.
we need to train, we need to train her or him, whoever we get.
man, this whole music genre, the thing is like, people being in the extreme side of it and people being on the soft side of it, but the whole thing is that me as a musician or as an artist, I would love to create that, mutual understanding for all the artists without any judgment. You don't need to judge any musician or any music form.
Yeah.
Do you believe in that, Fawaz? Do you think that our future would actually end up in such an area, as in like everyone accept every music, any form of art, and just embrace it as a emotional expression?
That's almost impossible because just music is non-verbal communication, but it's still communication. People have different people perceive things differently. Some people, I've noticed people like the sound of distortion offends them. It doesn't annoy them, it offends them. So it's impossible. Also the maturity, not everyone can be, you have to be mature. You have to reach a certain point where you mature enough to understand that differences are part of life, and just because I don't like something does not mean it's wrong. Although we can have our opinions on like, for example, I believe there's no right and wrong in terms of like emotions, but there is right and wrong in terms of principles. So that's where people differ mostly. When you're communicating verbally, you're expressing those things. Although you might be misunderstood, but at least there's more data in that.
Exactly.
But just seeing someone angry does not really tell me much. But someone being angry about something, that tells you something.
Exactly.
So are you angry about having a poor person asking for money, or are you angry about there being a poor person in the first place? I don't know, it's just an example. I'm just saying, like,
exactly.
Music is not enough data. It's emotions, valid emotions that you feel. Anger is a valid emotion, sadness is a valid emotion. It's just the context of it.
So MJ is saying that I feel like music is like ice cream. Not everyone just wants to have vanilla. We crave variety, and it's okay to have whatever flavor you want.
Exactly.
I mean, that's like freedom.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's when it comes to instrumentals. That's everyone can get. Like, that's more easier to get people on board. But once you infuse it with lyrics, because then you'd have people's perceptions, and why do you think politics starts problems? It's because it's values. You have different values of how things should be done.
Yes.
That's why politics divide. That's why religion divides, because it's based on values, what you think is right and wrong. It's not that they're inherently, like, politics and religion, they are not inherently division. That's the label that you have. So that's the thing. Some people are good enough or mature enough to learn that, okay, you're not like me, but we can, reach an understanding.
We can communicate.
Yeah, like you can,
I mean, that's the thing. For me,
you can have like a pizza, half pineapple, half, and we're not gonna kill each other. It's fun. Half pineapple, and then traditional pizza on the other side. That's a way of negotiating.
Yeah.
The problem,
But if
that's
you
an
insist
awesome
only on
example.
pineapple and the guy does not back out, then you're gonna.
See, you're making me hungry now, okay, Fawaz?
Bullet-
You're making me crave pizza.
Bullet is saying biryani unites us all.
That's actually true. I've seen
Yeah,
that.
so pineapple biryani is gonna unite people all.
Oh my
You
god.
see? Someone's gonna suggest that. Are you mature enough to deal with it? Can you find a way?
That's amazing.
That's a very interesting
I
thing.
mean, once it becomes labeled Fawaz, it's like, when everything becomes labeled, nu metal, deathcore, grindcore, there should be that common understanding that it's all music.
Yeah, I mean, there are many bands coming out nowadays that don't even
Depends
like.
on the person.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but it depends on the person.
Yeah.
How mature are you? How mature are you? Like, are you, are you that, let's say, what's the word?
Like
The world like only revolves around you. Like everything should be done the way you want it, or else. Or are you okay with, whatever,
having
man?
an open
Pineapple
mind,
pizza,
yeah.
it's okay,
Yeah.
whatever. As long as it's not on my table, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to read this comment.
Just a second, I'm trying to find it.
He's a master at scrolling, you know.
Okay, MJ is saying also the real musician that choose to speak about the things that need to be spoken about shouldn't have to defend themselves for speaking out and speaking for those you can't speak. Music elites are always something else, man.
Actually, I mean, there are people, for example, as I said, that maybe you're writing about
They're
something
miserable people and they want everyone else to be miserable like them. There, I said it.
Wow. we need a soundboard with like shots fired, you know? We need that.
Man, I mean, it's...
Honestly, man, like, I don't know how it's fun. Again, I'll go back to the food reference. I don't know how it's fun to eat the same damn dish every day with no variation. You know, that's what they sound like.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be done the exact same way with the exact same spices, the exact same temperature, the exact same. Otherwise, boo. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
sorry, I'm just gonna get more caffeine.
More caffeine.
Here's Chloe grooming herself.
Yeah. Hey, Chloe.
Hi, cutie.
Guys, come on.
She is so adorable.
Just
Look
mash it
at
up.
that fluff ball. She's blending into the couch, by the way.
All cat emojis, please. I want cat emojis and woot woot around her. Come on.
Oh, she's so cute.
I'm not gonna block her.
She's become the guest now.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like what?
Any questions for Chloe?
Bullet saying, any questions for Chloe? Hey, Chloe, how was your day?
So Fawaz, I wanted to ask you, because you mentioned earlier that you prefer like releasing albums instead of singles. So like, why do you like? What's your like rationale behind that?
Not actually. I'm somewhere in the middle right now. I don't like singles, but I do like. I like the idea of releasing a record not all at once. It's fine, because you know the thing about singles, it makes more sense economically. Your time, because it's so time consuming. Finishing an album can be so brutal, mentally, physically, financially. It is not a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Some people forget the bands that used to record albums, they would literally live in the studio.
Yeah.
They don't have anything else. They don't have work. They don't have. They're dedicated. Like they're full-time musicians.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
That's why they're able to pull off. And I see many bands that are just starting make the mistake of thinking we should release an album right away, and then once they get started, like they're so invested they can't even backpedal. Like they spend so much money and time and they feel like they should just continue plow through.
Yeah.
Why not in the middle, man? Just release a 5-track EP or a record, you know, a small record. You don't have to release. Who the hell created this style anyways? Just they tried this formula and it worked for a certain time. Now singles is what works for people.
Yeah.
You know, granted, it depends on the genre, but generally speaking, let's say, for example, in rap or whatever, singles tend to work. For me, I like records. I like a record that has a certain theme, or at least I like at least a 5-track record or 3 tracks. I like them in groups. I don't like just one, and but that's not to say I won't do it.
Yeah.
So where I'm at right now, like what I'm gonna do with Fast, for example, the rap project, is I have a record called The System We Live In, but I will release tracks like, you know, how we do in a TV show, you know, one episode. So it's gonna be like until I finish the record. I think Suffocation did it that way also when they released the record.
Yeah. Especially
I like the
post-COVID,
idea of that.
I think post-COVID, most bands are doing it as well. You know, like they're releasing singles instead of, you know, releasing a whole
but
ass
they're
album.
releasing singles. They're like not connected.
Yeah,
I'm trying my best to like, because you know, every period when you write, you tend to be in a certain mindset, and it shows that if someone gives you the backstory of a song, you can tell this was recorded in a different period than this time. Sometimes it
Understand.
shows.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
get
so,
it that
like-
you're much more into like concept albums. Like you like to write a concept album.
I
and-
just like coherent sounds. I just like a theme.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a concept album in the traditional sense. I just like, like if they have a similar production, I like them to be. It's easier to categorize. It's not a must. I mean, it's not gonna like. I have albums that are like compilation albums. I like them, but I can tell when it's a different period of time.
Yeah.
So I'm not really too invested in it. But if I had to choose, I prefer records, but I don't mind singles either. It's just not my preference. If
Yeah.
I'm only gonna get a single or nothing, okay, I'll take the single.
So Isa has a question for you. Ever thought of making a YouTube channel for the side stuff, like covers or experiments?
I have, but I don't know. I realized.
But you've never
the more I do
promoted it. Like I never saw it.
And no, I haven't done it. I thought
okay.
about it.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
didn't really do it.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Would you consider
but,
doing it?
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. I'm not really a YouTuber. Like, they sound fun, like but once you start doing them, you realize it's not for everyone. It takes a certain mindset and
Exactly.
a certain dedication, especially if you're working alone,
Yeah.
editing, thinking about the video. Like, before you only had to worry about recording a song, now you have to worry about all these things.
Yeah, exactly.
And then promoting them, and your cost goes up. And I in an ideal world, if I had a team and someone to help me, I'll do it.
Oh,
But
sure.
if,
Actually, that's
it's
a-
only me, it's too much trouble and it's worth.
That's
for
a
me.
great segue to this question, as in, like, we all been struggling with this whole music in this region. Okay, do you, like, what would have you done if you had the power to, like, create a backbone for all these bands and artists that they want to actually put this region on the map, that we have metal as well?
I would create more live shows, and sadly, touring the Middle East is not easy. It's almost
Prohibited,
impossible, actually.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would support the bands here to be able and make connections with venue owners outside, in Europe, the US, Asia, everywhere, and basically have the bands tour.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
that's the only real way,
Yeah.
like these YouTube viral videos, you're not getting the whole story. You're not getting the whole story. You can't just write an amazing song. I swear to you, if you do everything correct, if you write, let's say hypothetically, you wrote the greatest song in the world, and Tenacious D, says it is the greatest song in the world too, and let's say you have it. You think it's just a matter of having the best song, and you post it out there. Let's say you have the best advertisement also. It still doesn't mean it's gonna make it click. There's a lot going on.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a lot going on. So don't feel discouraged just because you create a track you really love and you find a lot of people love it and it didn't blow up. Does not mean you didn't do a great job. It's just
It just didn't resonate with
it's
the
not
others,
time yet,
yeah.
or
Yeah,
it's
not.
also I don't care about these things. That's why I can do it more, because there's less disappointment. I just love the song. I don't care who enjoys it. If I'm having fun, that's it. If you're
Yeah.
having fun with me, great. If you're not, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
That's a
You
great
know, I like it.
perspective,
Yep.
Like, I mean, there are musicians that get really butthurt when they put out music and then it's not accepted the way they
I know, Lord.
thought about it,
Yeah, then you might ask yourself,
Yeah.
are you really in it for the music or for the
Yeah,
exposure?
exactly. Like, are you in it for the art of it, or are you like doing it for as a passion or as a chore or like a job, So yeah, that's a very good perspective. So what is that one thing that you would tell like new bands that are like upcoming from here or anywhere else in the world? What's that one thing that you would tell them to avoid doing? That one like piece of advice where you will be like, you know what, please guys, don't do this.
Oh man, there's a lot of things you shouldn't do.
But the one thing that can really affect the band or the artist itself.
Yeah, don't stop.
Just keep the grind.
Don't stop. No matter how bad it gets, don't stop. Unless it's a health issue. But I would say don't stop. If by that I mean, if you believe in what you're doing, don't completely stop. Just find new ways to solve that problem. It might not come to you immediately. You might have to wait on it, sit on it for months, maybe years. Just don't stop.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll get somewhere. And don't underestimate live shows if you're a band. You know.
Exactly.
But that's from my perspective. I honestly find everything to be very slow until you play live. Like that, live, I feel I get results immediately. It's almost immediate. But online, oh my god, I have to I don't know how to play the online game. That's the thing, and it's not my thing. I'm not interested in getting online fans. It's not wrong. It's just not my game. I'm not a virtual person.
Yeah.
I like human to human interaction. I like personal things. You know, I like, for example, I'm not a big open air guy. I like small, intimate shows because I can see who I'm playing with. It's more intimate. I don't like things that are too big for me to have so much I can't focus on anything. I like to find a good balance.
So Isa is saying a lot of songs or tracks get popular because they get played in music or video games. So
definitely. That's how I got into most of my movies and I mean that's how I got to metal, from video games and movies.
If that was supposed to happen, if it were ever to happen with you, how would you which movie or anything you have particularly in mind, a game maybe which you would like to make a soundtrack for, anything you've considered? Tekken.
Wow, that's
a great fucking game. Oh my god, I would
Tekken.
enjoy that.
I already have the electronic and drum and bass songs that go well with those. Man, most of these games are already out though. But Tekken is the one of the only franchises that I still love. Really, it's very close to my heart.
Yeah. So I grew up on it as well. So
She beats my ass on it. So.
I mean, you're an easy target, dude.
Sure. MJ is saying, did Fawaz answer anything about what his thoughts are about music and COVID and how things are going to change or what will be different?
Sorry, again?
Did Fawaz answer this question about his thoughts are about music and COVID and how things are going to change or what will be different? Post-COVID. How things would be.
Well, I think people will, hopefully, at least that's what I wish. I can only speculate. Hopefully, people will take arts less. Don't take it for granted. Because from this COVID thing, the people who got hurt the most are people who play, make a living out of events or, don't live in the virtual world. I mean, we all had to adapt. I mean, we still, I still found a way to, give online lessons and stuff like that. But I don't know what else to say. I think things are coming back.
Things will come back.
Yeah, things are coming back. Actually, I was in. Not long ago, I was in Barcelona, and they seem to be back in full swing.
Oh wow!
Yeah, even in the US, they're back.
There are many bands that are touring now. Yeah.
But some of them are canceling out.
Yeah.
And Nox is saying, question to Fawaz: how's the metal scene now? Is it still viable?
You mean in Saudi or?
Are you Nox? Is it about this region
or any specific,
or just in general? Just let's wait for his.
Let's
He's
talk about. Metal Gear has a lot of
UAE
metal influences.
Yeah, Isa is talking about the whole Metal Gear,
yeah.
you know. And Knox was asking, you know, Fawaz, how's the music scene now? Is it still viable? And he's talking about the UAE scene. And he's saying, I know Adnan from Svengali is now doing Twitch.
Yeah, he is.
I mean,
he is actually. He was earlier here on the show. I don't know if he's still there.
I wouldn't really know how things are in the UAE right now because, you know, I live in Saudi. But I know from my friends, you know, like I don't see... I see Adnan, you know, mostly involved in Twitch, but I have yet to see a UAE band perform a live show since God knows when.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel that I like even because of him, I got introduced to a lot of like artists here in Dubai and UAE and like even other like Middle East countries. Dude, I noticed that many of them have like different day jobs to cope up with the hobby they have. Like they can, like a person cannot solely survive here, be it COVID or not COVID. You know, I've noticed that many of them have to make the choice that, you know, they have to keep their passion aside only for the weekends, for example, or after their work life. Like it's not a hobby that a person can take up here in UAE or the Middle East as like a full-time job. You know what I mean? Like a well-paying job as a musician. I feel that everyone is like taking up jobs and trying to freelance or consult or something, like, you know, they're all doing like they're trying to fill their plate with a lot of things to be able to cope up with having that hobby, you know. So I mean, that's just sad to see that, you know, like there's so much talent but they don't get to even sorry, go ahead.
You know, I not too long ago I've made a decision also because, you know, I basically went that route. I got a, you know, bachelor's in business administration.
Congratulations!
I got a CELTA, you know, in teaching. I almost got a PGCE, which is a, you know, certificate to teach in British school. But
that's awesome.
That's very good.
But I, you know, I worked the corporate jobs and I just couldn't do it. It's just not for me. I would much rather die, like literally.
Well,
I
can understand.
If you're ready to die, it means you're ready to put up with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I decided one day I'm gonna invest myself just in music, all types. I went that route from, I would say I started in late 2018, and that's it. I do music full time. I teach. I compose music. I basically try to sharpen my skills so I'm good enough for session work. I help people with writing. I'm developing artists. I'm doing everything that's music related that I like.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm not doing one thing, but it is music related. That's why I have to like. Because I don't want to go back to that life. So I have to be really good at what I do. So I keep sharpening those skills, even if I'm not there yet. You know, like when you go to the university, how many years do you spend getting something? You know, like let's say you get a bachelor's. It takes, if it's like lightning fast, 4 years, right?
Yeah.
It's like, imagine spending those 4 years to learn a skill and honing and perfecting it. And not just that. Imagine investing that time in getting that skill and also already starting work so you build a network of people you're giving services, because, you know, like I believe this is not steady, but from what I see, if you start anything like a realistic time frame, let's say you want to become a chef, I would say you need to or start your own restaurant. I think you would need to be doing that for at least 10 years until people start taking notice of what you do, and you'll start.
Very good point.
Yeah,
it's just how I see it. Because if you look, like, how long does it take you to work in any corporations or whatever?
Yeah,
they're taking, the way I see it, they're taking all my time, they're taking all my energy, and it's something I'm not even interested in doing.
Actually,
you know.
actually, Fawaz, I can relate to you on a subliminal level because my art gets like because I design tattoos as well. So like when I'm working, like when I come back, I'm so exhausted. Like for me, getting my books and stuff and like starting to, there is no creativity left at the end of the day. First of all,
Yep.
because you're so
how I
mentally and
felt.
physically exhausted. Yeah, and
That's
even
how I felt.
yeah. So like I can completely relate to what you're saying because I'm in that phase right now where like I want to take up my art and like make it a brand, but then I'm stuck with like trying to be stable and like trying to so like I feel that that's like such a tragedy of life. Like artists don't get
mean-
to completely like
I mean-
actually, like,
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, Fawaz.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone has the same conditions. Like for example, if you, depends on how much, also how many responsibilities you have. If you have like, if you're like, I don't know, you have to pay, you can't make enough for rent or whatever. Then you're obligated to do certain things. If you
Yeah.
have like responsibilities to your family, let's say, God forbid, you have someone sick in the family,
yeah.
or something like that. So yeah, not everyone has the same luxury. But that being said, you can still solve those problems in a certain way. If just for example, I'm not saying like if you had like, maybe if the part-time job was enough to cover the rent, for example,
Yeah.
then that way I have more time to work on what I work. What do you want to do? Me, I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I feel like I still have time. I still have time to give this a shot instead of working a corporate job and then focusing on my art. I feel like I'll be way too old and too tired to even do anything by that.
Yeah.
So
get
I
that.
immediately start.
I get that.
So if all this fails, okay, then I'll go back to the corporate jobs that I hated anyway. That's when I give up. That's
Yeah.
when I'm going back.
Yeah.
That's a
I hope that never happens, and then you have to
Hopefully,
never
yeah.
choose that path.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean that's
yeah.
a great answer to Knox's
Yeah.
comment. Which
But
is
I have a
saying-
question, so like
Yeah.
we'll read all the comments
Yeah.
and we'll come back
Knox
to.
is saying not to badmouth any of the existing bands already here. I just feel like they make one or two albums and they doing residential gigs, get one record deal, and leave. It's more of a region thing, and he's saying something about the region being transitional phase of a glorious waiting room for everyone.
Wow.
The creative scene.
I mean,
That's,
this is
amazing.
that's like.
I think we answered it in a way as well. Like,
Yeah.
and he's just
I
adding
mean,
to it.
it's not wrong if that's the band's objective. It's not for everyone. But if you want a career in music, yeah, it is. It's not. But also, labels. People give them way too much credit than they need. Labels don't do everything for you. Nowadays you don't really need a label if you can finance
Exactly.
yourself or you have enough finances and you know where to spend your money.
Yeah.
You can get somewhere. You don't need. Labels will make your life easier, but they're not necessary. And also depends what type of label. Some labels will destroy you. Some
Yeah.
labels will make your life easy.
Yeah, I get that. So, I mean, I have a question, like moving a little bit away from this is, you're into MMA and like martial arts and like stuff. Like, how did you like make how did all this interest you? Because I've seen him like actually in a video and
like,
stuff.
You had
So
a fight and stuff? Have you ever been in a
Didn't
fight?
you hear from the beginning? I said Mortal Kombat.
He does fatalities.
No, but yeah, I've always been to martial arts since I was a kid. I've always loved martial arts. I also used to get bullied, so that was added
Oh,
fire.
man,
And
I'm so sorry you
it's
had to
not.
face
It's
that.
not because it was just that I never understood where the line was. Like, okay, this person is pissing me off, but not enough to kill them. So I don't do anything. It was kind of like that.
You're speaking his language.
I wasn't socially aware, Like, I couldn't understand how they would, you mentioned that how I go to extremes.
Yeah.
So like I would only like go violent when I feel like the line has been crossed. But that's the thing, they quit right before they cross that line. And I feel like I always get, oh man, if only they just went that extra thing, I would have been there,
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
so yeah, I was always into martial arts since I was a kid, but I used to also feel bad when I hurt people. So like I just yeah, so that's why I wasn't really. I would say I didn't bully, but I did get to a point where I was becoming really violent. But it wasn't unprovoked. So anyway, since I was a kid, I was always into like Bruce Lee. I used to watch all these action movies. Like I used to almost watch, like right before I sleep. I got to a phase in middle school where I would watch Blade every night before I sleep.
Blade is a great movie.
Oh my
Blade is a
God!
great movie.
Every night?
Yeah, almost every night. I love that movie.
Oh my God! That's
I was still in middle school back then. I was still had a lot of maturity. I only did a bit of taekwondo, but it wasn't real. Like it wasn't enough. They didn't teach you enough because I couldn't continue. By the time I got to 2008, 2009, that's when I discovered MMA. And was it 2008? Maybe it was earlier. I don't remember. But anyway, that's when I started noticing. I'm like, started trying jiu-jitsu, and I really love it. Like, it's what I do. It's just that I didn't. It wasn't structured. I was always like, we used to always mess around, me and my friend, we would grapple and stuff, and we used to put ourselves in headlocks or whatever. But then I also like even then I realized when people headlock me, I cross-face them and get out. Yeah. So I was like solving problems, but that was it. I stopped there. I wasn't knowledgeable. Then when I got into MMA, started understanding. Oh, you have close counters, strikes. You have this. So everything started to make sense. So anyway, I started MMA in 2009, 2010. Like I used to train at home, and then 2010 I went to the U.S., Louisiana. Nice. I trained in Gladiators MMA. Gladiators. Wow. The instructor there was Tim Crater, the guy from he was on The Ultimate Fighter. I forget what season, maybe 8 or 9, under Forrest Griffin. So, and that guy had a highlight video of a nasty guillotine choke. So anyway, I'm gonna go train there. So I went right before I went to the U.S. That was the same year we were going to play music. Okay. So I went there, and it was my first time in an actual MMA gym with actual MMA teachers. I rolled before with the Nogueiras, but it was jiu-jitsu, nice. Nogueira brothers who were on Pride. Huge fan of Nogueira brothers. They were people now don't know them, but they're like legends of the sport. Anyway, so when I got there in the U.S., my first sparring partner, guess who it was?
Cain Velasquez. Anderson
no,
Silva.
you know Conor McGregor? You know Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
You know the guy who just beat him recently, Dustin Poirier? No, Dustin Poirier.
No,
I did not see the recent one.
Okay, Dustin Poirier was my first person I've ever sparred with in real sparring.
Wait, what?
It wasn't real sparring, but sparring, official sparring. And
were you guys from the same school? You guys were from the same production, the same school that you guys been practicing?
Yeah. He was an instructor and he was training there. Our trainer was Tim Crater. He was the head coach.
Nice.
And Dustin Poirier was coming up. I knew because I did my research before I went to the gym, and I saw the people who were training. Back then, he wasn't in the UFC. He was fighting amateur. But I know he beat Firas Zahabi's student. Firas Zahabi is George St. Pierre's coach. He's one of the best coaches out there. So I did my research before I went, and those were the people I trained with. I trained with Dustin Poirier, Tim Crater.
So wait, did you ever?
The first day.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Continue. I got a question in my mind.
The first day I got there, they tested you. I got beat up by the entire gym, but I was still standing. And that kind of earned the respect afterward. I didn't know. I thought that was the normal training. I didn't know. I was getting hit head kicks and whatever by Tim Crater, man. He kicked me in the head. And I remember man, this sucks, but I don't care. I want to do this. So anyway, obviously they didn't go all out on you, obviously, but they hit you for real because they wanted to test you.
They give you that
and I
shock
said because
element.
I wanted to fight professionally then. So
I was about
you know,
to ask you that when you were mentioning this. Did you ever consider like becoming like a pro fighter for like MMA?
I did. That was the plan, but by the end of that training, I what's it called? Dustin Poirier did we were training, and he basically, it was a accident, training accident. Like, you have those injuries all the time.
I remember
felt
that.
funny. He went for a scissor leg sweep, and I felt funny, and my knee popped.
I remember.
Oh.
He was injured.
Yeah, and that was a wake up call. That was actually a blessing in disguise, because, if I was to get into MMA, if I was to fight professionally, your body is your resource.
Yeah.
One wrong day in the gym, and that's all gone.
True.
Yeah,
That's all gone.
True.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it was a wake up call. I love fighting. I'm coaching now. I still do
Nice.
it. I know.
That's
I'm
awesome.
coach,
Yeah, yeah.
But I also realized, the fight world is not very different from even the music world. How, there's a lot of politics. Not everyone makes it. Just because you're talented does not mean you'll end up where you deserve. So there's a lot of politics. There's a lot of brilliant fighters that you'll never hear of. They're extremely talented. They'll probably murder Conor McGregor in the first round, but they will not. They're not given the opportunity. Habib was one of them. Habib, he didn't get there immediately. It took him a long time to get there.
Yep.
Dustin Poirier was also working his way through the ranks. But I immediately knew that the guy was different. I can tell from the gym. I can see that he was different than everyone else in the gym. He was like, he had it. Whatever that talent was, he had it. I could tell the guy was going places. And I wasn't wrong. Like
That's awesome.
2 years
That's
later,
awesome.
a year later, he was in the UFC. He was in WEC, sorry. And then he went to the UFC. And then he was destroying people. And then he was fighting for the titles. So yeah. It's also reassuring that, like, I got to see top competition. I've went a lot of gyms, and I saw the level. So I don't lie to myself. Like some people don't understand how the level and dedication you need to get to those certain places.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it takes a lot of sacrifice, and that's why I don't know.
That's great, man. I mean, you have this side of you as in it actually complements your music side. And Isa over here saying, has anyone asked Fawaz about his guitars and picks? Do you have
Guitars
a lot
and
of
picks.
collection?
Not really big, but I don't consider it big I just counted my guitars yesterday, and there were 7. How?
Wow.
Like, I always thought I
Wow,
only
that's
had 3.
awesome.
But my preferred guitar is, I love Jackson's. Yeah,
Nice.
Jackson's. They're like guitar of the people. It's not too expensive, not too much. It's very efficient, does the job. Amazing neck, looks so cool, and I just love Jackson's. But I do have a BC Rich that I recently fell in love with. It's really good too.
Do you have any specific? By the way, are you endorsed by a brand or still?
No.
Which brand do you
Because
like
I
to
don't
be
really play
endorsed?
guitar live. That's a recent thing,
Mhm.
I only used to play guitar for writing music,
Yeah,
That's another thing.
like Bundle is asking any Jackson Flying V's, or Isa is saying any Ibanez.
Flying V, not yet.
I don't
I'm not
think
really
Flying-
a big
yeah.
Flying V fan, but I don't hate them. I have Jackson Explorer. Is it Explorer? I forgot what they call it. No, it's not Explorer. I forgot what they call it.
I just know that
It's
the guy
got that
from,
shape.
I just know the guy from
Oh,
Limp
let
Bizkit
me get it.
uses
Let me get it. It's right here.
Of course, Limp Bizkit. That's
Dude,
what he
Wes Borland
remembers.
is a great guitarist.
Yeah.
That's
it's
what
this.
he remembers.
I forget what they
Look
call
at
this.
Oh, the whole
Nice.
dimeback shape, the whole razorback type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot what it's called, but that's my main axe
That
for
is hot.
standard stuff.
Yeah.
And my BC Rich for creative waste stuff, then yeah, it's this.
Nice.
It
nice.
doesn't look as cool, but
Ooh.
the tone on this and the neck is amazing.
By
It's
the
one
way,
of the best guitars I've ever played.
Creative Waste writes in standard, or you guys do low?
No, Creative Waste is B standard. Yeah.
That's a bit low, man. That's good. That's good. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's like a 7-string, yeah. It's just because I'm used to I love that really thick, heavy tone. I mean, no surprise there, especially when you're that used to the Korn and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Korn, a lot of people don't know, but they play standard A,
Yep.
which is just a half step.
Yeah.
Actually, one step.
I did not understand all these technical jargon stuff until I met him.
The
Then
thing
he
is,
made me he introduced me to the different tones and
Korn was one of the pioneers that they actually introduced this whole 7-string.
Yeah, he used to play videos of Korn and Limp Bizkit, other bands like that, and then he used to explain okay, see the way he's tapping, he's using it as an instrument itself, the bass.
I just noticed what's his name, Wes Borland switched to Jackson recently.
Preach,
I noticed.
brother, preach.
Yeah.
She is very against Limp Bizkit.
I love Jackson, man. I just love him.
I'm not very
I want a
against
Warrior
them. It's
XT
just
with a reverse headstock, but I couldn't find one in black. So.
I have a vendetta with Limp Bizkit because they shut down Woodstock. Okay, so no future generation can now enjoy it because they fucked it up.
Single-handedly brought down Woodstock. I don't think they did that, but
I know.
People were just too high for that stuff. But dude, man, for me, I really love PRS guitars, man. They are very good. I love that baritone, the jumbo frets, and it's really good for riffage. I really
I love baritones too. But Jackson makes baritone guitars. There's an 8-string Jackson. It sounds
Jackson.
I played what do you call it? The baritone Dinky Jackson. It sounded so good. It was so cheap too, but I didn't buy it because the one that sells guitars here, man, they wanted to sell me a faulty one. Get out of my face, man. I'm not buying that.
By the way, what other hobbies do you have aside of music and martial arts? What you do?
Did you say martial?
Shut up. Martial arts.
That's me. I don't know.
Do you like to go outdoors or fishing or horse riding or
do you
football?
write?
Traveling, attending festivals.
Okay.
Languages. I do. Not really. I mean, I like languages, but I'm not enough to I don't know, learn different. I'm learning Spanish, and I still haven't finished. But
okay.
I'm getting somewhere.
Wait, so first I have another question.
Religion, actually, philosophy and religion and history, these three. Of course, you can't have history without geography, but yeah,
exactly.
all these things, they really interest me. As in, those I think I spend more time than anything else on, actually, because
I told you he's a pure intellectual. Okay, speaking of that, which is the one either writer or speaker that you always either philosophical way or any kind of deep thoughts or some ideology that you really resonate with, and that's your favorite speaker or writer?
There's many. It depends on what I'm trying to what type of topic, because certain people are better than others in certain topics or in certain situations as well. And
which guy is saying dangerous question.
You have to narrow it down more. You'd have to narrow it down more.
I mean, okay, in a philosophical sense.
Philosophical sense. That's not narrow enough.
Still no.
Philosophy is very broad.
I mean, okay.
Are you guys talking about books here?
I mean, these people usually philosophical thinkers. They do write books.
I'm not really. What's the word? I have a very specific, the way I actually start internal, and then I would see who makes sense to me, and then I gravitate towards them.
Okay.
That's how I honestly don't completely follow anyone in every sense unless they resonate with everything, and I don't really do that because even that person that they're talking of or whatever is a version of someone who's perceived. I don't know. I hope I'm not losing you here.
Yeah,
But,
no. I get that. Yeah.
you know, because we could all be looking at the same picture, and you would explain it different than I would. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
like
just-
I use this example when someone says street. What comes to your mind? You know, a typical answer would be, you know, like asphalt. You know, like where cars drive over, right?
Yeah.
To some people, street is there's no asphalt. You know, that's the street. There's just sand and
Yeah.
rubble and I don't know. So
Exactly.
everyone's perception of the same word could be completely different.
That's an interesting analogy. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I love it that he actually broke it down to this simple.
Dude, you can
example,
talk
metaphor.
you can talk like this with Fawaz for hours and you will never get sick of it. You know, like he can go into deep layers of all this and like you'll sit and question
Yeah.
your existence at the end of the conversation.
I've questioned my existence
Every day.
freaking
Yeah, me
second,
too.
yeah.
Me too.
Actually,
Existential
now
crisis.
you guys now that you're talking, I think like something I didn't realize that I'm a fan of. I think I'm just realizing, like, I don't know, just like eureka moment. I think I don't know how to categorize it, but I think it's communication. It's a part of. I think it's communication. I don't know, maybe not in a traditional sense, but communication as in I try to find ways to understand people. I really like. It's almost like problem solving. I try to, because sometimes people don't know how to articulate themselves, and I know they mean well. They just don't know how to say it. So I try to help them.
Big example here.
Yeah. Some people do the opposite. Those are the people that you don't like talking to. The people that deliberately miss the point. And I think it takes a certain type of intuition, because some people, I generally, you know, not to toot my own horn here, but I think I'm good at reading people, and it didn't happen by accident, immediately. I think because I trust my intuition a lot, and I would like use it sometimes, and I would be right about something. It's not 100%. I get it wrong sometimes, but a lot of times I'm you know, I'm right about it.
So MJ is saying that basically being like an empath, Fawaz is a very intuitive empath.
I
So
didn't know
Wow.
that.
like he can.
Thank you for the compliment. But I, you know, again, it's just I don't know if that's the case.
Sorry.
I just like to. I like problem solving, whatever it may be. Whether it's you know, in the ring, whether it's communicating with people. I really think, you know, I can find a common denominator in everything I do. I always try to break things to the simplest way possible. You know, like I like, for example, when you say, I don't know, martial arts and music, or writing music, cooking, they're all arts. You know, to me,
Yep.
they're all arts. And what is art? Self-expression. What's self-expression? The way you would go about things, you know, you basically what's inside here, you're trying to, I don't know, express it somehow.
Exactly.
Whether it's physically, you know, I can't talk, but if I hate this person, I'll probably punch him in the face, right? That's
Not
expressing physically.
yeah.
You know, if I'm not good physically, I want to express myself verbally. I would like, you know, I don't know, throw a diss rhyme or something and like annihilate them. That's verbally, you know.
That's me.
Or like I say, I get an instrument and I would like play a menacing riff. You know, I don't like, you know, this. You inspire this in me. You know, like this disgusting riff is a
I mean,
is a reflection of your face.
Yeah.
I can-
yeah.
I can relate
get
to that. I can relate to that.
I
Like
get that.
my band's new song that is coming out soon.
It's a very FU song.
It's
like, you know.
dude, it even started this way. We talked about it on the show. It's like, you know, my drummer comes to me. It's like, what do you want to write about? I was like, dude, the biggest middle finger ever.
Yeah.
Can you put that in the music? Like, I am so pissed off,
I
you
can't
know?
wait for it to come out
Yeah.
though. Like seriously. But
And
Fawaz, before we, I have
just
another
wanna-
question.
By the
but
way,
before that,
our new follower, we forgot to mention,
Yeah, because-
Alba Watches. Thank you very much for the
thank
new
you so
follow.
much, and welcome to Converse and Chill.
Welcome to the show. And Alba is asking, Fawaz, do you think people can read you easily or as articulate? What?
Articulately, as you are.
I hope so. I don't know.
Oh.
Not everyone is. I don't know.
Did you get that?
With
like,
me, like I try to make it easy. That's the thing. Like, if I want you to read me, I will make it easy. But generally speaking, generally speaking, you can't control that because everyone perceives things differently. Like when you say something that you thought was straightforward, can be seen. You think you're clear, but people don't understand it. So you have no control of that. So it depends on the person. There's no one answer to that. And but I do try to communicate. To the best of my ability. I try to. Some people I find they're they're not interested in communicating or learning something new.
Yeah,
so
we can all relate to these events that
Yeah,
we
so
go
those
through.
I'm getting better at dealing with those people now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just
have to
wanted
work a lot on it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say bye to I Am Bullet. He's leaving the chat. Thank you so much for
Take care, man.
spending
Thanks
this
a lot
much
for
time with
spending
us.
around,
Thank you,
man.
really. And I just wanted to ask you, Fawaz, like if you were ever given the opportunity, would you write a book?
I think you
Maybe, yeah. I thought about it, to be honest. But that's the thing. I don't know if I can just talk about one thing the whole time. I don't know. It feels like
a
I have to have a
volume,
reason
chapter
to write that
1,
book.
chapter 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I also have to have a reason to write that book. Like it has to be something specific that I want to leave. I feel like I'm all over the place with a lot of things, and I need someone to ask a question, or I feel like this question needs to be answered. And I feel like, I can answer. Yeah, I think it's just if I feel like there's a need for it. Otherwise, I just keep my mouth shut.
So MJ is saying get someone to ghostwrite it for you.
That doesn't work.
Yeah. Actually,
mean,
that's what most do when they write books. It's not they don't ghostwrite it. They just have someone. You say your things, so they might rephrase it. They might, but essentially it's your content. It's just it's your material. Yeah.
But,
so I am Leslie. Leslie is saying.
Good night to Bullet.
Yeah.
I mean, again, man, Fawaz, it's been a great freaking chat with you, man. I hope we covered as much as we could regarding creative waste and your.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we've been going on for 3 hours now, and
wow.
I could, dude.
What time is it, man?
What
time is it?
It's 12:15 a.m.
Dude,
here.
dude, but he's a
Oh,
person
wow.
that you can literally sit and have a conversation with about the whole ass universe
Dude,
and
if it
not
was
get.
a weekend, we could have gone
Dude,
up to,
yeah.
like,
If it was
whatever.
Thursday or like something,
It's just that we got work tomorrow.
and I feel that he has a lot to say as well. Like there's so
Exactly.
much
I mean,
inside him that he wants to let it out and like speak about and
hopefully,
get his
we can do this
thoughts
again.
heard.
For sure, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
this
sure.
one,
I mean,
by the way.
if you've enjoyed this, we can do it like as many times as you want.
There's always this thing about combos and chill, dirty talk sessions that it's like everyone is welcome.
Yeah.
Everyone.
And
can
as you
join in.
notice that we don't just focus on your musical career, we'll focus on everything that makes
We just
Fawaz.
round
You know
it
what
up,
I mean? Like everything. So yeah.
So Fawaz, any final words before we close down the show? Where they can find you and what is the new stuff that Creative Waste is coming up when you guys going to be releasing it? Just give an update to the viewership. To the viewership. To the viewers.
Just follow. For all news and updates. Again, you have for anything that's not Creative Waste related or you can just follow my account Fawaz CW and everything is there. Creative Waste again. Creative Waste .official also is on Instagram. The links is there. You can also go grind link. Creative Waste. I don't know if I. Whatever. Just go to the Instagram.
Because in his defense, guys, he mentioned that he's not
set date.
The
new material. I don't have a set date, so you'll just have to check the pages, the Facebook page or Instagram page for news and updates. And
that was a
that's anyway you guys can find them on at Creative Waste _official on IG, and you guys can find them on Spotify. You guys are not on Spotify. You guys are on Spotify?
No, we are.
He is.
We are.
They are. Yeah. Dude,
Spotify,
they are there.
Apple Music.
That's where I listened to. That's where I listened to Condemn the first time.
Bandcamp. It helps bands.
Bandcamp.
You immediately get the money. Immediately.
Yeah.
Apple Music and Spotify. I don't know, man. It's like
It's a little iffy, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you don't even know.
That's a whole other episode to talk how this whole strategy works, and that's why, as you said, you need teams. You need people to help you out.
Exactly.
Or if you want to do it by yourself, you just need to be, jack of all trades. Did I just say jack of all trades?
You said jack of all trades.
Jackal.
Oh man. Okay, before closing the show, I want to rate this channel called The History Show. It's a talk show and a podcast. So if you guys are interested, we can give it a look. But again, Fawaz, thank you very much for joining us for this session.
And thank you for giving us your time. Like, as I always say to every one of our guests, your time is the most precious commodity. And like, you are spending that precious time with us. Really, thank you so much.
Pleasure is mine.
Yeah,
and hopefully this won't be
it's always fun talking to intellectual people like this who have so many layers to their personality. It's like just good to know them.
Thank you very much, Fawaz, again, and hopefully this is not the last time we're meeting up. And whenever you come down to Dubai, just hit us up, man. Let's meet up. Let's catch up.
I would love to. I will. We actually had plans beforehand. We have to. And I was gonna make biryani, so we are already set.
For sure, man. We can plan everything. And for us, you guys can follow us on @combos and chill on Facebook and IG, and you guys can see all the links in the IG bio to our YouTube and our Twitch. And again, thank you very much for the community that they've been helping us since day one.
Really,
and
thank
you guys
for
can
everyone who is the new followers as well.
She's a Phoenix @She's a Phoenix if you guys need any tattoo designs. And again, the new followers and the new subs, thank you very much. And okay, I'm gonna start the raid, and again, thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you guys soon. On Tuesday we have another artist coming in,
and then Thursdays we have Absolute Shenanigan sessions where you can join us for just random, just anything random.
It's
we just
for
have
the community. We're just gonna sit down.
We focus on you guys.
Fawaz been there
he always drops by. Thank you so much for that as well.
So you guys are most welcome to join us, and Fawaz, again, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you soon. And everyone, see you on Tuesday. Take care of yourself and stay safe.
See ya. Bye.
Peace, everyone.